hope he can't steal out.
Yeah, they better shoot over 400 feet a second.
Yeah,
They better have some thumping.
Hey, look, something like this. Yeah, 80 yards is a long shot.
Yeah. Yeah, he's gonna be on kickoff.
Oh, yeah. Special team?
Yeah.
I've got 1.5 blocks.
Yeah,
We don't know. T-minus.
I gave him poison just for fun. I had one friend.
This evening, ladies and gentlemen, we'd like everybody to look to the skies. Airback Life Team number 83, based here in Muskogee, will be delivering the rock back to Brookfield. Program director Jeremy Holman.
Welcome into Hilldale High School here in Hilldale, Oklahoma. We're right outside of Muskogee, and you're going to be watching here shortly as the rock is going to be delivered. The rock is what these two teams are playing against in this rivalry game is Hilldale and Fort Gibson are getting ready to play each other. Circling overhead is the rock that has been in possession for 364 days, been in possession of the Fort Gibson Tigers. They were able to come up with an upset last year, upset Hilldale, and now they're going to try and bring that rock back home to Fort Gibson once again. Meanwhile, Hilldale on the other side, they've only lost one game this entire year, and they have no intentions of losing to a rival today and losing and not regaining that rock, a rock that they've had here rather recently. I am Seth Campbell, joined alongside Curtis Branch, and we are here to broadcast all of today's action for you. Looking forward to it. It is going to be an action-packed day here in Hilldale, and man, just a helicopter, Curtis. That takes Friday Night Lights to another level.
Oh, absolutely. I'm interested to see they keep circling the stadium. I hope they're not going to drop the rock from the helicopter. That would be a new entrance that we had seen to this rivalry, but excited to be here, excited for this Week 10 matchup in the Battle of the Rock. Nice rivalry game to end the regular season for us and get us ready for the playoffs.
Just in case you're unfamiliar, if you're watching, I'm sure that you're pretty familiar with this, but just in case you aren't, these two teams are separated by the Arkansas River. Hilldale on the western side, Fort Gibson on the eastern side of the Arkansas River. So when these two teams were formed and this rivalry came about, they decided that they needed a trophy, just like any good rivalry game. You know, you have teams down in Texas that play for a pan. You have teams up in the north that play for Paul Bunyan's axe. Well, here in Muskogee, Oklahoma, we play for rocks. They went to the middle of the river, picked out a rock, and that's what they've been passing back and forth these past few years, and what has been in possession of Fort Gibson the past year.
They're coming in from the north here. I guess they're going to land on the field with the rock. I don't know who's going to accept the rock. I don't know if they're going to play with the rock in the middle of the field, but we're going to find all these things out here very shortly.
I got to be honest with you, Curtis. I've never seen this one. I have never seen a rivalry trophy be delivered. And that's what you just got to love about the passion and the intensity of Friday Night Lights. You'll see something new every single week.
Yeah, this game's got a lot of excitement about it. Both communities, kids know each other very well. They play baseball and basketball in the summers with each other. They've grown up together. And for high school, they split schools and go and battle it out here tonight. And so a lot of familiarity on both sides. And talking to both coaches, have very similar approaches to defensively, both the 3-4 schemes and both spread. They attack you in different ways with spread offense. So really excited. Both teams had good seasons and are prepping next week's playoff activities.
Yes, both of these teams are eligible to make the playoffs because everybody is eligible to make the playoffs if you want to this year. Because of COVID and the things that have gone on and transpired all throughout the year, certain teams missing some games, the Oklahoma High School Association decided to let every team make the playoffs So that is indeed what is happening. Hilldale, though, if you think about it, or probably not Hilldale, Fort Gibson, they're 6-3 right now. If they won this game today, they would move to 7-3. And even with the win today, in a normal year, they could very well find themselves outside of the top 4 and not going to the playoffs.
Very
That's
tough, very
incredible.
tough district, and to have 3 losses and not be able to make the playoffs speaks to the talent level and the balance of this district in 4A. And got really strong teams here, and it'll be interesting to see how both coaches play it. There's a lot of ways you could take this, but I think both of them are going to go out and try to win the ball game. Not worry about next week, and not worry about what's in front of them. And certainly don't have to worry about getting the kids fired up, because you certainly have rivalry. These kids fired up and ready to go.
Well, the helicopter is just about set to take off, Curtis, and as it lifts off, we're going to go to a quick commercial break, but do not go anywhere, because when we come back, we are going to give you Curtis's keys to this rivalry game here in Hilldale. So don't go anywhere here on the Bravado Wireless Game of the Week.
I made the devil run. I gave him poison just for fun. I had one friend.
Whether your roads are dirt, paved, or if you're blazing new trails, the roads we travel lead to all of our most cherished places and people. Bravado Wireless strives to keep you connected wherever the roads may take you. We are the leader in wireless mobility and connection in Oklahoma and across the nation. We carry some of the market's top cell phone brands, fast, reliable home internet, and even greater customer service. Locally owned and operated right here in eastern Oklahoma. So whatever roads you travel, Bravado Wireless has them covered. From beginning to end. We are Bravado Wireless, and we believe in the power of connection.
Welcome back into Hilldale. We've got a great matchup between the HILLDALE Hornets and the Fort Gibson Tigers. It's a little quieter now, not having to yell as much as the helicopter delivered the rock, which is the trophy these two teams battle for in this rivalry game. It is now sitting over on the Fort Gibson Tigers sideline, and the winner will get to take that home for the next 364 days, Curtis, until we come back and do this all over again. I am Seth Campbell. That is Curtis Branch, and we got a fantastic game for you today. And let's just start with the home team in the HILLDALE Hornets. Their head coach, David Blevins, he has been super impressed with his team this year. They have taken a huge jump from last year to this year, which is his second year at Hilldale.
Yeah, they made a lot of improvements since last year. He claimed the biggest key to their improvement was ball protection. They're plus in the turnover battle by a significant amount this season. In their lone loss, they had 5 turnovers against Poto, defending state champion of 4A, and it felt like if not for the turnovers, they have a really good chance to win that ball game. So really excited. Their run game is very strong. They got the state's leading rusher, Eric Virgil, and he will not be here tonight. He is going to be out because of contact tracing, and one of the many things the coaches have to deal with. You come into a rivalry game, you want to have the state's leading rusher, but I feel like they're going to have a good chance to continue to run the football tonight. They get led by a good receiving corps that really likes to block over catching the ball, and so that's very unique, and it is. And I think they'll find a good way to run the football as always.
Yeah, big news there with Eric Virgil not playing. He has 1,338 yards this entire season, was averaging 148.7 yards a game. So he was the workhorse and the bell cow for Hilldale. But that shifts some of the pressure to Hilldale's quarterback, and Johnny DeRosset. He's a senior. He's thrown for over 1,000 yards, only 5 INTs this year. He looks the part when you see him on the field, Curtis.
Absolutely. He's made a lot of improvement over the past year and throws football well. He's got a good couple of guys on the outside led by Logan Harper, a 6'3 sophomore, number 13. Really good blocker, really good receiver. And then number 88, Ty O'Neill, a 6'4 junior. Both those guys are going to stretch the defense, stretch the field a little bit for Hilldale, and do a really good job of blocking on the outside for the run game. So they will help DeRosset in the absence of Virgil, and it'll be a good opportunity to see us see a really high-quality 4A team play here.
And then on defense, Hilldale, they're going to run a 3-4 formation, but they're going to have to stop the running game and the counter game of Fort Gibson.
Absolutely, and they're led in the middle by number 44, Jaden McWilliams. They call him the general. He gets them in the right spots. He's the communicator. He's the coach on the field, and he's a really spectacular linebacker that we're excited to see.
Yeah, and then on the other side, Fort Gibson, they are led by head coach Greg Whiteley, and they have really struggled the past 3 games. They've lost their last 3 after winning their first 6, so they sit at 6-3 on the year, and they're trying to just sort things out, really stop the bleeding here, and it would just be oh so much sweeter to do that against a rival.
Yeah, 2 of those games they lost by a total of 6 points, missed extra points. They had not missed one up in this season until that point, and really frustrated over that one as he talked to us in the pregame. And but they're a different type of offense. They weren't going to run more power and more counter game, run game with you, but they were going to spread the field. And they're excited to be ready coming into this game and the rivalry game and retaining the Rock.
They are missing some players as well due to quarantine, so if you don't see your favorite player out there or a person that you're looking for, maybe a relative, something like that, they may be not in the game this week due to quarantine as well. It's just been a harsh reality that both of these teams and really all teams in Oklahoma and across the country have had to deal with this year.
Absolutely, and so I think both coaches have a really good perspective on it, and it's just next man up, and let's go play football. And I think both teams are really excited to be here tonight. We got great weather and got a great crowd.
And Cole Muhaney, the sophomore quarterback for Fort Gibson, he'll look to get things going. But Coach Whiteley said that it does take a lot of pressure off of his team, the fact that everybody is going to qualify for the playoffs, so they're not going to have to be over there checking their phones to make sure somebody's lost so that they can find their way into the playoffs. They know that they're going to be in, and they can really use this time to practice some stuff. He mentioned that, he has an idea going into the game that he wants to practice some stuff, but it may not pan out that way. But just a game to where they can go in, maybe try some stuff, and get ready for next week in the playoffs.
Yeah, absolutely. The Devin Woodworth is the running back that they're going to lean on tonight. He's their leading rusher for the season, and he's the guy that's going to help them try to retain the Rock tonight. Yeah,
Devin Woodworth, brother of Tavian Woodworth, and as the band is taking the field, we're about to get set for the national anthem. We're going to shoot it to break. But when we come back, we're going to get you ready for kickoff between Hilldale and Fort Gibson here on the Bravado Wireless Game of the Week.
Ladies and gentlemen, tonight's game night sponsor is St. Francis Healthcare System.
Back into Hilldale, and as the team captains are getting set to take the field and go out for the coin toss, we're going to get you ready for the game by going to Curtis's keys to the game. We will start with the visiting Fort Gibson Tigers. Curtis.
Yeah, I think tonight, first thing they've got to do is handle the pressure. I think they expect Hilldale to come out, bring a lot of pressure, a lot of cover zero, to load the box, to take away their power run game, and so they got to respond to that. They got to handle the pressure coming off the edge, got to get creative in the run game and in taking their shots down the field to loosen up the pressure on that. I think second thing is they've got to run with consistency. That comes along with the handling the pressure, but they've got to do a good job of blocking up front and rearranging some things. I think they're out with one offensive lineman's out tonight, and so I think that'll be a big key to them is how can they handle that and the adjustments they made during the week for the COVID kid missing. Then it's going to be a big key. And then I think defensively, their strategy is kind of a bend don't break, and they've got to make Hilldale have long sustained drives. Hilldale's explosive offensively, and if they can make them have sustained drives that take some time off the clock and shorten this game, I think it'll be a big key for Fort Gibson tonight.
And then on the other side for the home team, the Hilldale Hornets, what do they got to do tonight to get that rock back?
Well, they got to win the ground game by committee. They're missing tonight's Eric Virgil, their state's leading rusher, and they're key to their offensive success this season. And so they're going to have to find multiple guys to run the game and start with the quarterback, start with several other guys that they're going to plug in and see how they can handle that so they can stay consistent to who they are offensively. And I say, secondly, they got to stay positive. They have been positive all year in the turnover battle, except for one game, which was their loss to Poto, and they turned it over 5 times. They are ahead in the turnover battle by a large margin, probably one of the state's leaders in that. So they got to stay positive. They won the turnover battle. It'll go a long ways to winning the rock back. And then I think third, just have a passion to go out and reclaim this rock. I mean, it's something that they felt like that was theirs last year. They got upset. They want it back, and got to be enough motivation for them to come out and play well and have a chance to win the ball game tonight.
Both teams have gone back to their respective huddles, just about set to take the field. It did look like Fort Gibson would get the opening kickoff for tonight's game, and there's going to be some stellar quarterback play between both of these teams, and it's going to be kind of on different ends of the spectrum as far as the experience for both of these teams. Johnny DeRosset, the senior for Hilldale, he's the older guy. Hilldale has a general. That's Jaden McWilliams on the defensive side, but he would be the man in the middle for Hilldale that's going to keep everything calm is going to be DeRosset. And then on the other side, for Fort Gibson, they have a sophomore under center in Cole Mahaney, and while he's thrown for over 1,000 yards this year, and he looks comfortable. He came in, just a few games into the year last year, so this is not his first rodeo by any stretch of the imagination. As you see on your screen now is Fort Gibson coming onto the field. Is you just have that underclassman, and can he handle the pressure that Hilldale is going to bring towards him? I think that's going to be a big key.
Absolutely. They're going to have to Devin Woodworth's going to have to help him a little bit with the run game, make some plays outside, and his receivers are going to have to make some plays with loaded box and trying to take away the run game. They're going to have to take some shots downfield. I don't think they're going to come out and throw it in a whole lot more than they do, but I think they're going to look for matchups and try to take advantage of them where they can.
Hilldale head coach David Blevins, he said that he's very comfortable playing cover zero, man-to-man, all the way across the board. And if you're Hilldale, that means that you're going to have your receivers come up with big plays. They're going to have to beat their man one-on-one on the outside, because if Hilldale just loads the box all day long to try and stop Woodworth, then then Fort Gibson's just not going to have a game plan. So they're going to have their receivers win some one-on-one battles on the outside.
Absolutely. Hilldale's got a lot of team speed, one of the faster teams around, and so that's why they're able to play a lot of that cover zero defense. So we'll see some shots. I think we'll see a few trickery plays here start the game, and and we haven't really talked about it, but you always have to manage your emotions in a rivalry game, and you see too many of these times that turnovers that are uncharacteristic of a team are made because the kids are amped to play.
Hilldale takes the field, led by flag bearer Dylan Walker. He came out of the tunnel first. We're just about set for kickoff. It's hard to believe, Curtis, that this is the last week of regular season high school football in the state of Oklahoma.
Well, I think even more impressive is we made it to the last week of regular season football. We talked about that week 0 when we started the Beggs. Will we see a season through? And we have, and we got playoffs to look forward to next week. And so we're excited. Great night for it. And we got the bands ready, we got the fans ready, and the cheerleaders ready. And we're about ready to kick it off here.
Couldn't really ask for a better night. 60 degrees, clear skies. This is November. Most of the time, last few weeks of the season, Curtis, you're bundled up, waiting for the sun to come back up. It's just so cold. 61 degrees. Perfect football weather here in Oklahoma, and we're just about set for kickoff. Going to kick it away is Jackson Whitaker for the Hilldale Hornets. Back deep and running towards the right side, towards that Fort Gibson sideline. That looks to be Mr. Woodward. Devin Woodward, senior, all-Vite selection. He had 127 yards in the last outing, and there's already a flag on the field, Curtis.
Looks like a holding call where the flag was thrown. Or maybe a face mask.
It's going to go against Hilldale. That's some free yardage for Fort Gibson, and that's going to be really good field position to start off this game.
Yeah, 44-yard line after the 15-yard penalty, and a good return by Woodward.
Coming into the huddle for the first snap of the game is Cole Mahaney. He will relay the messages and the play call to his offensive line and his team as well. Mahaney is in the gun. He's got two running backs split to either side of him. Snap high, jet sweep, nothing doing. Brought down in the backfield. Hilldale with the big stop. Coming up on the backside is the general himself, Jaden McWilliams.
Great play, really, since the jet sweep coming, split the gaps and made a great play in the backfield for a loss of about 6.
Jet sweep didn't work that time for Fort Gibson. They find themselves quickly behind the chains. This time Mahaney pass right side. Nobody there. Almost a pick route. Pass intended for Cade Waggle. Waggle couldn't come up with it, and that's going to bring up 3rd down and long.
Yeah, they tried to get a little rubber out there on the outside, and ball was thrown to the outside receiver and just a little bit outside for him.
You see Cole Mahaney running to the sideline to get the play from his head coach, Greg Whiteley, who's also the play caller for Fort Gibson. That's going to happen every single time. Mahaney in the gun. Hilldale bringing pressure. And Mahaney just throws this one to nobody. Lands at the 30-yard line harmlessly. Mahaney ends up on the ground, and that's going to force Fort Gibson to punt.
Yeah, Mahaney got a little shaken up on the play there. I think he got hit by McWilliams, and he's going to stay on the punt.
He's feeling that hit, and that's one of those shots that, since that happened on the first drive of the game, he's going to remember that for the next 4 quarters. Punts away, split 2 defenders. It's going to take a friendly Fort Gibson roll. It's going to be picked up at the 30. With space to run, going down the left side is Brayson Lawson. Lawson down right around the 50-yard line. There's 2 flags on the play, one coming in late. I have to organize all of that, but Brayson Lawson, who is going to be coming in and replacing Eric Virgil at the running back position, showed some speed there, Curtis.
Oh, yeah, great play. Grabbed the ball. I think they thought he was just going to let it bounce, and he did a good job of being aggressive, picking up the play and finding the seam and gaining about 15, 20 yards on the return.
We talked about the good field position, starting field position for Fort Gibson. Hilldale counters with some that's even better right around the 50-yard line, depending on what happens here with these flags. Face mask.
We got offsetting penalties, face mask, and then dead ball, personal foul. So we're going to leave the chains where they are.
Ball stays where it is and works out for both teams. Just on the Hilldale side, and you see the Hilldale offense led by Johnny DeRosset start things off. DeRosset changes the play at the line of scrimmage. Going to give to the running back running left side. That is Michael Easer on the run. Easer picks up a good 7 yards, and Hilldale quickly into their own territory. Pardon me, into Fort Gibson territory.
Zone read on the first play. He bounced it outside for a good gain there.
Easter stays in the game. The snap is over DeRosset's head. He's going to slide down. He recovers it, but not before. That's a loss of 16, I believe. Close to it. Big play that time, as the snap was nowhere close to DeRosset.
Closer to loss of 20. Yeah.
3rd down to 3rd and long. Fort Gibson's going to elect to drop back into coverage. DeRosset running out of options. Now finds a man at the 40. Running with space to go is Colby Thompson. But he is going to be dragged down right around midfield, about where we started this entire drive. Thompson is dropped right in the middle of the H, and after the high snap, Hilldale will be forced to punt.
Yeah, really good play there by DeRosset. Ran to the sidelines, let a receiver find a way to get open, and made a good play to get some of that yardage back and give him a good place to punt from here on 4th down.
Jackson Whitaker into punt. Nobody back deep for Fort Gibson. The punt is away. With nobody there, it'll take a very friendly Hilldale roll, and the Hornets are going to pin Fort Gibson inside the 10-yard line. Ball down at the 8. Not a great first drive for Fort Gibson. What do you want to see from them coming back out here? Score's still tied at 0-0, Curtis.
Well, I think you got to come out and try to run the ball, maybe try to get it outside a little bit. This game early on, you don't want to get yourself behind early by making a mistake deep in your own territory. So they're going to be a little conservative with the play calling here, but want to see Woodworth trying to get him going here. He didn't touch it on the first series.
Woodworth dots the I. And they give to him, Hilldale right there. It's going to be dropped right around the line of scrimmage. Flag coming in, but I believe everybody in the entire stadium knew that one was going to Woodward.
Yeah. Hilldale was really aggressive up front, which we expect them to be all night, and did a good job getting penetration and shutting him down for negative yardage. Got a chop block penalty against Fort Gibson.
Maybe a half the distance to the goal penalty. Drops Fort Gibson at the 4-yard line.
Make it 2nd and 14, or 1st and 14.
Yes, that is the positive, that it is first down, but it's never great when you got Woodward dotting the I in the middle of the end zone.
You got cover 0 here if you're going to.
Woodworth hemmed in right around the goal line. We'll see if they get the safety, waiting for a signal from the line judge. They got it. Hilldale strikes first with a safety from the defense.
Jade McWilliams and Ryan Nail from the linebacker position came out to make the play on the trying to bounce Woodworth outside.
And Woodworth just didn't have a chance.
No.
He got the ball, tried to go east and west instead of north and south. And once he started going east and west, Hilldale was right there to stop him in his track.
Yeah, they had 9 in the box. They were cover 0 on the outsides and made a great play right there to be aggressive and pin them back in the end zone for a safety.
An early 2-0 lead for Hilldale as we trickle under 9 minutes here in the first quarter, and not a great start offensively if you're Fort Gibson.
No, but it's early and it's a rivalry game. A lot of things can happen this early in the ball game. 8:48 left in the first, and so we'll punt it away. We'll see what happens with Hilldale, but you can't let them go down here and score here and get up 9-0 or 10-0 on you and early in the ball game.
Talked about how big turnovers would be in this game, and while that is not a turnover, that is 3 points if you are Fort Gibson. You're giving Hilldale points there. You give them 2 and then you give them the ball. That's not going to be the successful way to win this game, as turnovers were a key to helping them win this game last year, forcing Hilldale into those. And right now it's their detriment to where they're not being able to get those turnovers. This ball's going to
great bounce.
Great bounce all the way to the 10. Picked up their big hit, and we got a flag on the play. Still on his feet, running up the sideline before being chased out of bounds is Dylan Walker. So Fort Gibson Tiger very slow to get up just beyond the 10-yard line. But walking off on his own power, under his own power, is Mike Johnson. Have to sort out what's going on once again. Blindside block against Hilldale will back them up. And if you are Fort Gibson, you punted that thing or kicked it off, because they like to kick it off, not punt it, from your own 20.
Yeah, I got a great bounce. Nose of the football hit, or the basically tail of the football hit and bounced and went really springing forward. That's why you got to catch the ball in the air and not let the thing get away from you. Had 3 receivers back. You got to catch the ball in the air. It's a bad mistake by the return team.
DeRosset in the gun. He's going to hand off. Running right side with space to go is Michael Easer. Easer all the way to the 25-yard line. Bounces it outside. Picks up the first down, and that'll get Hilldale out of the shadow of their own end zone.
Yeah, good zone play right there, and bounced it outside for a really good game. Good blocking on the outside of the receivers.
Hilldale going no huddle, hurry up. Easer the give once again, running right up the middle. He gets his feet taken out, but not before he picks up 6.
Good tackle there by Landon Beebe, a junior linebacker for Fort Gibson.
Easer comes out. Grayson Lawson will be in at the running back position. Lawson with the carry. falls forward, picks up the first down right on the 35-yard line. Chains move, and Hilldale
going tempo here.
quickly moving down the field.
Yeah, they're going tempo, snapping it about 10 seconds in.
Drossett looking to pass, looks left, now back right. Overshoots his intended target, Ty O'Neal.
Yeah, a little stick route there by O'Neal, and playing his football is just a little bit high for a 6'4" receiver.
That's going to be a matchup to watch. The 6'4" O'Neal, he is matched up against Fort Gibson cornerback Toby West, and O'Neal's got a few inches on West out here on the near side.
Yeah, he's got about 8 inches on him, so it's a matchup we'll see quite a bit tonight, I believe.
Drossett looked that way. Now he's going to keep it. Room to run. Drossett to the 50. Drossett first down. Hilldale moves the chains again, and Fort Gibson did everything right except for account for the quarterback.
Yeah, good patience right there. Really good leadership by him, and taking what the defense gave him. They brought pressure off the edge, left the middle open, and receivers run out, and he had nice running lanes there.
Grayson Lawson, still the running back. Zone read, pass outside. This time, nothing doing.
Yeah, first RPO we've seen from Hilldale, and good catch on the outside, but no gain there as Fort Gibson covered him up quickly.
Cade Waggle came and got the ankles of the receiver. Second down, maybe a gain of a yard. Clock runs, 6:30 and counting. Grayson Lawson still in the game at the running back position. This time he gets it. Lawson bounces back towards the teeth of the Fort Gibson defense, picks up positive yards before he's dropped there.
Really good patience right there, waited for the play to develop, bounced it outside, and then made a good cut back up to gain a couple extra yards there.
Hilldale's done a fantastic job of establishing the run on this drive. Their head coach, David Blevins, said that they want to be run. They sometimes run to the outside because they have big physical receivers. They have definitely done that on this drive. Drossett, QB sneak, first down plus some.
Yeah, good job running a little quarterback sneak to get the first down and about an extra 5 yards there. Hilldale's relying on that strong offensive line on this drive and doing a good job of chewing up yards.
Remember, this drive started inside their own 10-yard line. Fort Gibson brings pressure off the side. Drossett lofts it towards the end zone. Overshoots everybody. The closest receiver that time was Jason Walker.
Miscommunication on the read. That's a read route. And thought he should have taken it down the seam, and the receiver broke it to the inside there.
Second down and 10. Ball spotted 32-yard line. First quarter to go. Hilldale is another high snap. Drossett fields it. Drossett's going to turn this into something. He turns nothing into a gain of 5 as he had to go up there and haul in the high snap. Brings up third down and manageable for Hilldale.
Yeah, the Fort Gibson defensive end on their side didn't have his number. He got upfield a little too much and lost contain on the edge there and allowed Drossett to pick up 5.
Easter back in the game at the gun. Drossett going to throw. Finds a man in the flat. Pass complete. Running out of bounds, Colby Thompson. 5'11" senior picks up the first down. Continues this very long drive for Hilldale.
Going quick again.
Hilldale leading 2-0 off of a safety.
Watch the matchup here with O'Neal on the near side. Good matchup again.
Drossett keeps it. Drossett, space to run. Drossett lunging towards the end zone. Touchdown, Hilldale. Hilldale with the first offensive points of the game, and they are quickly on top of Fort Gibson, 8-0.
They're going to kick the extra point instead of going for 2 here. Too early probably to go for 2 in a ball game like this. Really good job by DeRosa keeping the ball in the zone read. Watch the end crash. Bounced it outside. Got a good block from O'Neal and made his way to the end zone.
Snap back. Kick is up, and it is through the uprights. 4:20 left to go in the first quarter. Hilldale leads 9-0 here on the Bravado Wireless Game of the Week. We'll send it to break. When we come back, Fort Gibson going to look to respond.
Systems.
Back in, a quick kick from Hilldale. They're going to try and catch somebody off, try to catch Fort Gibson off balance. Luckily, Fort Gibson is there to recover it. First man there for Fort Gibson looked like Hunter Branch. He falls on it. Fort Gibson takes over. That would have been a huge momentum shift if Hilldale could have gotten the ball back again.
Yeah, it's a really nice play. I like it. I'm a big special teams guy, as you know, and really good little pooch kick right there in between layers of blockers, and almost caught him off guard.
Fort Gibson with a little more space to run this time. Pass high, bobbled, still on his feet, running. The green grass in front of him. Nobody is going to catch him, and Fort Gibson has answered in one play. Touchdown, Maurice Ford. He put it into four-wheel drive, breaking a few tackles that time, Curtis, taking it all the way to the house, and that's the way you answer if you're Fort Gibson.
Yeah, the pass was a little high, bobbled it, which probably gave him just enough time for the defense to relax. Made one guy miss and then sprinted to the end zone and took it to the house.
Extra point is up, and it is good, and just like that, this game, which had all the momentum trending on the Hilldale sideline, has quickly shifted as Fort Gibson answers with a one-play touchdown.
Yeah, great play, great response. What Coach Wiley talked about, we got to make some plays and got to make them pay for loading the box. They were in cover zero, got a good block on the edge, and made a guy miss, and went about 75 for a touchdown.
Fort Gibson attacking the edge of that Hilldale defense. You think that's something that they're going to repeat now throughout the rest of the game?
Well, you have to. If you're relying upon your run game and they got 9 in the box and leaving you on cover zero, you've got to go make them pay for that. And you don't have to be a high percentage of success in that. You have to complete one or two here or there, and you make a guy miss, and you're going to see him back out of the box.
You just have to be able to keep that defense off balance. Once you keep that defense off balance,
then you get Woodworth running, and
yes,
and you can go back to being who you are and what your core of what you want to do.
This game looked like, I know it's just the first quarter, Curtis, and especially in a rivalry game, anything could happen, but this game looked like Hilldale was right there ready to pounce on the throat of Fort Gibson. With one play, the Tigers answer, and the Hornets are now on their heels. 17-yard return by number 17 for the Hilldale Hornets, Joey Myers. Probably that's Nathan LeBounty.
Yeah, we have conflicting information here. We'll go with Nathan LeBounty because it's in the program. It's strange, both returns. Fort Gibson has kicked it over the deep end for Hilldale. I don't know if they're expecting them to pooch kick it or what.
Give running full steam ahead. That's Grayson Lawson. Lawson, quite the basketball player as well. We've seen him during some Bravado Wireless games that we broadcast last year before COVID-19 ended the Oklahoma high school high school basketball season, right before the state tournament. What a shame.
Yeah, it was a shame.
Grayson Lawson looking for somewhere to run. This time Fort Gibson hems him in. He does pick up 2, brings up 3rd down and 1. Easter coming into the game. Lawson will check out.
Yeah, the running back by committee, these two guys have done a really good job so far. They're staying true to who they are, running behind that line.
Just in case you missed it or weren't with us at the beginning of this game, Eric Virgil, the normal running back for Hilldale, not in the game today. He is out with contact tracing. Quarterback sneak for DeRosset. DeRosset close to that line to gain. He falls forward, squirts through the line, and will pick up the first down.
Yeah, good job. That's the second time they've entrusted DeRosset for a short yardage gain to move the chains, and we'll see them go back to attack here.
We talked about how COVID has really changed the landscape of high school football. Head coach David Blevins for Hilldale, he said that he hasn't had his full team since week 4. DeRosset looking, still backing up. He's going to throw it incomplete. Luckily, he had a receiver in the area. Coming back to the ball was Colby Thompson.
Yeah, I had O'Neal breaking deep on a go route and probably just didn't quite have time to get it to him. I think he saw him, but he didn't have time to release the ball. If he did, it's probably a touchdown.
2:34 left to go, first quarter. 9-7 is the score in favor of Hilldale. Hilldale looking to answer a long touchdown pass by the Fort Gibson Tigers. Pressure off the edge. DeRosset hit as he throws, and pass intended for Ty O'Neal is going to be too long, but they're going to get a flag right around where the tackle was.
Yeah, I think you're going to see a roughing the passer. Yep.
That is what indeed what they call it. It's going to be a hit to the head, roughing the passer against Fort Gibson. Have to see that one again. That was close. It looked like you just got to be careful with the quarterback when you're coming at him, because, I mean, he's a defenseless target out there. You want to make sure that you're protecting him, and I understand the rules. It's just that's tough for a guy coming off the edge, too, as well.
Yeah. Especially when that guy on the edge likes to hit people.
Exactly. Easter, the running back, gets it. Squirts out of there somehow. Will pick up a few yards. Looked like he was bottled in right around the line of scrimmage. He comes through the line, picks up 2.
Yeah, Maurice Ford on the stop there. Good job of getting him down to the ground there, and not seen a lot of gang tackling so far. Hilldale's done a good job of spreading them out here. You see cover 4 here for Fort Gibson on this play. Expecting a pass.
A lot of space between Ty O'Neal and the man covering him, Toby West. There is a flag on the field, but it looks like the back judge is counting. Could be 11 too many players on the field. No. Hey, sometimes we all miscount. There was no flag on the play.
We've seen quite a few officials haven't been able to count this year. None so far tonight.
Right. Fort Gibson looks like they're going to change the defense a little bit, shift to maybe a cover 3. DeRosset looking at O'Neal the entire way, throws it. Just nothing going on. Is there some hand fighting between O'Neal and West?
Logan Harper, looked like DeRosset thought Harper was going to run her out. Harper went out to block. He wanted to get a cheeseburger on Monday, so he he took to the pancake of Toby West.
Pardon me, that was Logan Harper on the near side here.
Big receiver.
And if you are questioning where the hamburger comes in, it's the Hilldale Hornets. If they get a pancake, as Easter's going to take this one up the middle, be met right in the hole, picks up 3. But if the Hornets get a pancake from blocking, they get a cheeseburger on Monday. That's how David Blevins encourages his guys to go out and finish plays.
Yeah, his receiving core with O'Neal and Harper, I think they eat a lot of cheeseburgers on Monday.
They look like they do. Big, strong guys on the outside for Hilldale. Fort Gibson, though, doing a good job of that bend, don't break defense, allowing Hilldale to get some first downs, but not allowing them, as we got a fake. Pass incomplete, big risk that time, and good coverage by Fort Gibson on 4th down right around midfield. The fake goes incomplete, and the Tigers are going to have good field position. You like the fake there, Curtis?
I always like a good fake punt, but maybe that's why Fort Gibson hasn't had anyone back. That's something they've seen on film possibly, and had a good throw, good opportunity, but the receiver didn't look like he was anticipating the pass.
No, it didn't look like that he was open either. Normally on a fake punt, you like to see your guys have a little bit of space around them, not having to have your punter fitted into a tight hole like a quarterback.
Yeah, that goes back to the familiarity of these teams with each other, maybe knowing their tendencies and what they like to go to.
Mahaney in the gun, give. He's going to keep it. He couldn't get it to Woodworth in time as he dropped behind the line. There's just a lot of pressure coming from that front 7 from Hilldale.
Yeah, it looked like Watson Schiller on the tackle there for loss. Defensive end there for Hilldale on the near sidelines.
Once again, trying to run it into the teeth of that Hilldale defense did not work out for Fort Gibson.
Cover 0 again.
Option, Woodworth, nothing doing. There's 4 Hilldale Hornets all around as he's dropped behind the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of 7. Going the wrong way are the Tigers. Oh, that's all she wrote in the first quarter between Hilldale and Fort Gibson, and it's been nothing short of entertaining. Hilldale leads by 2 thanks to a safety from the defense. We got 12 minutes left to go in the first half. It is 9-7 in favor of Hilldale here on the Bravado Wireless Game of the Week.
Whether you're driving through town or taking the scenic route, Bravado Wireless has a plan for your journey. For a limited time, you can get a Samsung device on us. So wherever your journey may lead, Bravado Wireless has you covered. Visit us at bravadowireless.com to find stores near you. We are Bravado Wireless, and we believe in the power of connection.
Welcome back into Hilldale. The Hilldale Hornets and the Fort Gibson Tigers are playing for the Battle of the Rock 2020 edition. 9-7 score in favor of Hilldale. Fort Gibson with a very long 3rd down upcoming. Mahaney airs it out. Pass complete. No drop. In and out of the hands of his intended target, Hunter Branch. Branch, I thought he had it. He had good one-on-one coverage there and just couldn't pull it down.
Yeah, Brayson Lawson helped compete for the ball and break it up as he was down on the ground, but knocked it loose, and he still had one more chance at it. Almost a circus catch there.
Branch was trying to use anything. He was trying to use his hands, his feet, his midsection, whatever he could to haul it in, and just didn't have any luck that time. Brayson Lawson is back deep for Hilldale as Fort Gibson in punt formation. Punts away. This one's going to hit at the 28, roll into Lawson's hands. Lawson with space. Lawson along the sideline, run out of bounds.
4 flags on one play. I think there was pretty obvious block in the back there by Hilldale.
There are 3 flags right at that 30-yard line and one all the way back here. Sort it out here on the Bravado Wireless Game of the Week. We'll take this time to let you know that if you need a partner in the wireless game, visit your local Bravado Wireless dealer. They have the new iPhone 12. They can hook me up with one. They can hook you up with one as well. They are sweet machines, and they run great on the Bravado Wireless network. So make sure to stop in your local Bravado Wireless dealer, or if you don't want to stop in, they can call them on the phone. They will more than happily serve you there. Contactless. It's a big word nowadays. Contactless, socially distant. Wherever you need, Bravado Wireless is there to help you. It was indeed a penalty against Hilldale. It's going to back them up.
Yeah, I'm going to start the ball on the 17-yard line, and we're going to have to talk about this. You got an iPhone 12, and I don't have an iPhone 12. We're going to have to talk to some folks at halftime here. I always think I'm on the cutting edge of phones, and my broadcast partner's got one that I don't have.
Listen, it's not about what you know, Curtis, but about who you know. And luckily, these guys at Bravado, I know them pretty well.
Yeah, well, the who I know, I drove him to Cleveland today.
Pass out wide, incomplete. Looked like they're trying to set up a screenplay. Yeah, I mentioned that, but I think you might know a little bit more than I know at the Bravado Wireless.
Yeah, we've been
maybe
working.
I'm just nicer. I don't know.
Yeah, I think that's it. It's got to be it.
Well, right now, DeRossett, the quarterback for Hilldale,
got a bunch set right here.
He needs a nice drive to get Hilldale a two-possession lead. As there's a flag and we got an illegal formation. Hilldale going the wrong way.
Well, I got a legal procedure, but new formation. They got a bunch formation on the left side here. So anytime you see a formation we haven't seen, look for some trickeration. That's also a new word.
Trickeration's not new. That's a word. I like it.
Okay. See what we got here.
Bunch to the near side. They're going to give it on the run. Easter. Oh, pardon me, that's Lawson. The 6 and the 8 at the running back position is not great. Lawson does pick up positive yards, gets back in front of the chains, but is going to bring up 3rd down and long.
Yeah, they both have tape on their wrists that's similar, so they look a lot alike coming at you. This big down right here. See if Fort Gibson brings pressure here off the top. Great play there by DeRossett. Did a good job of hesitating, putting the defensive end in a bind, and making a great play. I mean, gain of about 13 or 14 for a first down. Could drive a lot. I wouldn't be surprised to see him take a shot here in the next play or two. They've got such a height advantage at the receiver.
It's another option. This one almost a forward pass. It is hauled in, though, and Brayson Lawson. We got a flag coming in late. We got flags coming in everywhere. I have to sort this out. Unsportsmanlike conduct, as we have seen all year, we are in the last week of the season, but unsportsmanlike conduct has been an emphasis for officials all year long, and that might be something that's coming in right here, Curtis.
Yeah, and you also, rivalry games, officials talk about that before a ball game. They know they want things to get out of control, and we might have multiple penalties here, might have multiple penalties on Hilldale. There was an exchange with Lawson and looked like Woodworth on the tackle on the Hilldale sidelines, and then there was another play by Logan. Looked like he got Logan Harper got pulled to the sidelines, and another penalty came out late. So it looks like he may have 1 or 2 dead ball penalties right here.
Go one offsetting dead ball against Hilldale and one against Fort Gibson. As I said, that offsets means that the first down stands. Hilldale positive yards, picks up the first down, and roll the clock as we go under 10:40 to go in the second quarter. Option once again. Now DeRossett's going to throw. DeRossett, deep shot. Brayson Lawson, incomplete, but we've got flags flying everywhere. That's going to be pass interference on the coverage for Fort Gibson. Number 12, Jackson Purdue was there, along with number 4, looked like Cole Mahaney.
Yeah, not bad coverage, but...
pardon me, that was number 2, Cade Waggle.
Yeah, not bad coverage there by Waggle, but made a little contact as ball was in the air. And I'll tell you, Lawson did a good job of coming back to increase the contact, even though the ball was over his head, to draw the penalty.
That's an experienced receiver, although Lawson's playing at the running back position today. That just comes with experience of knowing that, hey, I can get 15 yards here even if I can't come up with the stretch.
Yeah, good little wrinkle there, too, by Hilldale with the option to the boundary. 2 straight plays, looked for it a 3rd time, and tried to get the go route on the outside.
Easter in the pistol formation behind DeRossett. Snap high once again. DeRosset able to field it. Runs forward, and we've got another flag. Must be laundry day here at Hilldale. There's plenty of it on the field.
Yeah, that's the most penalized game we've seen so far this season of the games we've done together.
Which is kind of crazy coming in week 10. Personal foul, face mask against Fort Gibson. That's a free 15. And Hilldale being the beneficiary of some Fort Gibson mistakes this drive. That is causing head coach Whiteley from Fort Gibson. He's taking his headset off and having to take a deep breath on the other sideline. Not very happy. Ball spotted on the 15-yard line. DeRosset, quarterback sneak on first downs, a different look, but he will pick up positive yards.
Well, had numbers in the middle there and did a good job of just taking what the defense gave him. It's good quick snap, good easy yardage there, and puts them in a really good position here on second down. They've got a lot of options. They could go to the end zone, which I would think you're going to see him take a shot at the end zone with the two smaller corners on the two outside receivers here.
Yeah, O'Neal is at the top of the screen.
Yeah, look at him.
DeRosset keeps DeRosset left side. Coming right over left tackle, falls forward, picks up the first down, and is right near the goal line. Let's spot him at the 2.
Yeah, it was like a zone read lead is kind of what that looked like. I mean, he delayed after keeping the ball, taking the handoff there to Easter. And we're going diamond formation here.
Easter, looked like a few guys, including the quarterback DeRosset, thought that the snap was coming, and, well, it just didn't.
Yeah. McWilliams, the general, is in, left back.
You never necessarily want your name called if you're the center, but number 57, Kobe East, has his name called there from the bad snap, or the no snap, really. First down and goal, ball still on the 7-yard line. Plenty of space to run. Diamond formation once again with Easter at the top, and once again we're going to get a false start. The fullback on the right side, that time, Jose Gutierrez, did not stay put. He was falling forward, and that's 10 yards backwards. And 10 free yards for Fort Gibson defense.
Yeah, it's, as coach, you kind of say, hey, let's give him a different look, and that always doesn't work out. Coach Whiteley talked about that pregame where you got all these plays and you really go to your bread and butter because sometimes those plays that you work on all week don't work.
Easter with the carry running right. You see the ball's on the ground. Looks like Fort Gibson thinks they came up with it. We'll have to wait for an official response, and they do. Fort Gibson's defense bends, but once again doesn't break with a huge turnover. I don't know how the ball came out, and I don't know who recovered it, but Fort Gibson came out of there with it.
Yeah, it looked like Coleman Patterson came away with it. I don't know if he's the one ultimately got the recovery or not, but
that's huge.
It's a huge play. You think about 10 yards and losses, going away from something that's working for you, and lose a little momentum going there. And big play by Fort Gibson to hold them out of the end zone there. Let's see what they do as a quick strike. They got nobody open over here for covering on the outside.
Oh, man, just a missed play that time. I believe that's Woodward still on his feet. Out here all alone that time was Cameron Dornan. There was nobody covering Dornan, and I think it was because there was only 10 defenders out on the field for Hilldale.
Yeah, Fort Gibson missed a big opportunity right there because they had an uncovered receiver to the outside. If they been able to signal over and get him the ball, that's probably a touchdown.
Opportunities like that don't come out very often when you're on the outside, and all of a sudden you look around and you are the only person out there.
Well, you don't want to draw a lot of attention by jumping up and down. Hey, but you got to do something. And
but with the play clock rolling down, the Fort Gibson Tigers are going to call a timeout. We'll take one with them. Just under 8 minutes to go, and it is the Hilldale Hornets leading Fort Gibson 9-7 here on the Bravado Wireless Game of the Week.
Big wireless companies keep getting bigger and bigger, but their coverage where you live is still small. At Bravado Wireless, we provide the best unlimited talk, text, and data for only $40 a month, right here in Eastern Oklahoma. You deserve to connect fast to your family, friends, and colleagues, wherever they are, with no interruptions and no excuses. Don't buy into big. Go bold. Go Bravado. Visit bravadowireless.com or visit one of our stores, where we make it easy to join our family. Bravado Wireless. We believe in the power of connection.
We were there when your grandparents made their first telephone call. We were there when your parents were able to choose what to watch on cable. And now, we're here for you, providing high-speed internet service to your family. There is one thing we know for sure. No matter what happens next, Cross is here to keep you connected.
Dale, and on the jet sweep, he's got another flag. That's precision accuracy from the referee. Woodworth coming in from the right. He picks up a few yards. But did you see that flag? It hit. I'm pretty sure the guy that they were intended to flag there.
Yeah.
Very interesting.
He must have been a quarterback in high school.
Well, once again, Curtis, I've said this a few times, but we're going to have to look to the white hat to see what's happened, because that hit penalty is going to go against Fort Gibson. Just a lot of penalties in this game.
Yeah, we're over a dozen penalties so far, and you've had a couple of plays where, I mean, we probably had 3 offsetting penalties on play. So, the officials calling a very tight ball game. I'm not sure as a coach you want that. You want it to be called fair, but you want your guys to be able to play a little bit, and that's something I'm sure the coach is a little aggravated by.
2nd and 16, ball on the 4. In the I formation are the Tigers, and Woodworth jets through the hole that time. It's one of the first times we've seen Woodworth really with any room to run. He picks up 10 yards. 3rd and 5 upcoming.
Yeah, really good bounce up the middle there, and good lean for him, and push the defenders backwards there.
Just a little flash of the speed that Devin Woodworth has. If he can get in the open field, man, he can go for a while.
Yeah, he's got really good leap speed at the 4A level, and they need to get him going.
I formation, 3rd down. They're going to give it to him again. Woodworth falling forward. He will pick up that 1st down. He was hit right around the line of scrimmage, but picks up 5 yards after contact. Picks up the 1st down, and out of the shadow of the end zone, the Fort Gibson Tigers pick up the 1st.
Yeah, I saw a good kid last night. If you haven't seen the Braylon Presley kid from Bixby, had 392 yards and 4 touchdowns in the first half last night.
Wow.
And he only went for 472 against the 3rd-ranked team in 6A2, Booker T. Washington Hornets last night, who's a team known for a lot of speed themselves.
High formation once again. Woodworth dotting it once again. Woodworth on the run once again, and he'll fall forward.
Really good job of cutting back against the grain right there. Pick up 3 or 4 yards. The original hole was blocked up there, and did a good job to make something out of nothing there. I've seen a little bit of his talent on display on this drive.
Battle of the Rock in Hilldale as the Hilldale Hornets and Fort Gibson Tigers are battling. Clock rolls under 6 minutes. A lot of scoring early. Hilldale got the first points on the board with a safety. And up 9-0, but after the touchdown from Hilldale, Fort Gibson went on a 1-play drive themselves. That's where our score stands at 9-7. Woodworth running off right tackle. Goes backwards by half a yard.
Yeah, his knee must touch down. He got the ball across the 25, but his knee must have touched down right there at the 24 before he extended it.
This is Fort Gibson's game. They scored on that screen pass, but they're more of a run it up the middle, counter you with that.
Well, they've been under center almost this entire drive where they've been gun early in the game. Look for play action right here.
Cole Mahaney is underneath there. It is play action. Good pickup that time by Woodworth in the backfield. They're going to get him for a hold, though. That's a tough assignment as he brought his guy down to the ground. Mahaney escapes the pocket, picks up maybe 1 on the run. I'm not 100% confident there, though.
Well, I mean, it's a hold if you call it a hold every time, but you, as a coach, you want to have a flow to the game, and if every other play's a penalty, you break up the flow, and that goes both ways. And as a coach, you can't be pleased with the officiating right here because it just breaks up the flow of the game. You want your kids to play. These kids know each other. We're week 10. Let them play.
4th down, so the penalty was declined, and Hilldale's going to elect to punt it away. Punt is away. It's a pretty good one. It's going to hit at the 41. Take a nice Fort Gibson rolls. It gets all the way to the 30. 4th down there. Just under 4:30 to go. 9-7 is your score. Hilldale trying to make this a 2-possession game right before half.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see if Hilldale goes back to what's done a lot. They've had a lot of success with so far this game, which is inside zone and zone read with DeRossett. DeRossett's been a very effective ball carrier tonight and been an effective passer. They've not taken advantage of the height advantage they have on the outside so far.
They're going to give it up the middle once again. Not a lot doing. Pick up a 2, 2nd down and 8. On the carry that time was Michael Easer. Easer and Lawson have done a good job of filling in for Eric Virgil, the leading rusher in the state of Oklahoma.
2nd and 7 for the Hornets.
See if they go the outside for a matchup here.
DeRossett's going to keep it. DeRossett's got to beat a man at the line of scrimmage. He does, but he is ridden out of bounds at the 39. Just short of that 1st down marker.
Good tackle there by, looked like Patterson. DeRossett's hurt.
DeRossett not feeling well after being taken down to the ground. He's on the sideline in a lot of pain, and it looks like Michael Easter is going to take over at the quarterback position. That's a big loss if Johnny DeRossett cannot come back into the game for Hilldale. Easter keeps it. Pardon me, that's not Easter.
Backup quarterback, Kanan David.
Kanan David. David with the 1st down, and he moves the Hornets into Fort Gibson territory. David in the gun, snap almost high. You really don't want to snap it over his head. Easter on the run, he picks up maybe 1.
I think you'll see DeRossett. He's trying to shake it off. Looks like he either got a stinger or may have hurt his collarbone there.
Either way,
tough kid. I bet he'll be back in the ball game.
He's standing right by David Blevins trying to get back into this game. David looking right, throws, intercepted. Returning it the other way is Landon Beebe.
Boy, that's a big change right there. Bend but don't break is the motto of the Fort Gibson defense, and they have bent and not broken here except for one play. Great job right there, showing resilience. Good play by BB, stepping in the path of the slant.
Kind of surprised that David went to the air there. They'd had some success running the ball. He just threw it right into the stomach of BB. Mahaney looking to counter. Pass complete on the slant route. Hunter Branch with the reception, picks up 8. Clock runs, 3:10 and counting.
Lawson with a good tackle there. Great job of coverage, but slant route's open and cover 0. If he breaks that, wouldn't be surprised to see him go to the air again here. You've got inside
There's a lot
leverage by Lawson.
Everybody on the defense for Hilldale's within 5 yards of the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, they are not afraid to play cover 0 for sure.
Mahaney, screen pass to the left, complete. With space to run goes Maurice Ford. That's almost the exact same play they scored on. Maurice Ford this time picks up the 1st down. Clock stops, 2:39 to go. Play clock rolls though. 9-7 is your score. Fort Gibson looking to take the lead right before half. They're also looking to break their 3-game losing streak, get 7 wins on the year. Clock stops, but Fort Gibson not on the same page. They're going to be forced to call a timeout. 2:39 left to go. Your score 9-7 here on the Bravado Wireless Game of the Week here in Hilldale.
From nationwide coverage to live high school sports to the great outdoors and so much more, we've got something for you. We're a local wireless carrier right here in Oklahoma. We work for your town, in your town. But great cell phone signal in rural areas is just scratching the surface. We also broadcast live events from all over eastern Oklahoma. High school football, basketball, baseball, dirt track races, livestock shows, and community events. Everything to keep you connected in your community. We're also producing original shows like Connect Outdoors and Cooking Wild that shines a light on real Oklahoman experiences. You can find us at bravadowireless.com, or you can search for us on Facebook or YouTube. You can even find us on the Oklahoma Sports Network. You can download their app straight to your phone, Apple TV, Smart TV, or Roku. We don't just create for Oklahoma, we are Oklahoma. We're Bravado Wireless, Oklahoma's service provider.
Welcome back into the Bravado Wireless Game of the Week. First down and 10 for Fort Gibson, but before they can get the playoff, they have a penalty against the Tigers. Backs them up 5, and we'll redo it all again. It has been a very entertaining first half. Seth Campbell joined alongside Curtis Branch, and Hilldale had all the momentum, Curtis. Up 9-0 in this game. They forced a safety, scored a touchdown, and then Fort Gibson comes roaring back with a 1-play touchdown drive, and it's been that way ever since. Mahaney with a deep shot towards the sideline. Pass complete. Did he stay in bounds? He did. Fort Gibson, huge gain as Cade Waggle's able to find the sideline. And what a terrific fade pass by Mahaney.
Yeah, we talked about it earlier. They got to be don't have to be as successful a high percentage of the time, but when you get cover 0, if you can beat your guy, you're going to get big plays. And really good throw down the sidelines there on a go route, and puts them in position to score here and take the lead before halftime.
Tigers inside the red zone for the first time today. Clock stopped at 2:31. Screen pass, batted down. That's really close to a backwards pass.
Yeah, good job there by Austin. Got the wrong number. We called his name earlier. I don't have it on my sheet. Watson Schiller did a good job getting upfield the defensive end position and knocked that pass down. A little hitch route out there, or not a hitch route, but just a little dump pass out to Woodworth, and they had numbers on the boundary. He's going to make a big play if he catches the ball there.
Sure did a fantastic job of just reading that. Mahaney in the gun, and we're going to have another penalty. You tired of seeing yellow flags yet, Curtis?
Yep, sure am.
I think there's coaches on both sidelines that are a little bit tired of that as well.
I mean, and you got to call that one. I mean, a holding call is a different situation because you can overlook some of those. But when a guy jumps off sides pre-snap, I mean, you got to call it, and that's something that shouldn't happen week 10.
No. Trips far side. One receiver to the near, and we've got another flag. Fort Gibson can't help but shoot themselves in the foot. They got inside the red zone and gone nothing but backwards.
Now look for him to go to Hunter Branch here on the near sidelines. They had him in cover 0 against Lawson. He's got a little bit of a size advantage. They went to him on slant route earlier, so we talked about maybe a sluggo route right here would be a good play for him to go to, and we'll see if they can quit jumping off sides. Having procedure penalties. They got a good matchup right here. Let's see if they go to it.
Mahaney looking left the entire way, pressured, steps up into the pocket, somehow escapes. He'll pick up a few yards. He couldn't even look downfield before he was being pressured. Good job that time by Hilldale to get in his face.
Yeah, it looked like Schiller got upfield and got in his face and took away the passing route and forced him outside the pocket. And I think the general came in and forced him out of bounds there.
Jaden McWilliams, the general.
That's a great nickname.
I like that nickname as well. He embodies the general too.
Yeah, and I think I'd go with the general nickname. I think that's a really good one.
3rd down and 15. Got to get all the way to the 9-yard line. Mahaney out route overshoots his intended target, number 7, Maurice Ford, and bring up 4th down from no man's land.
Oh, it's go zone from here. You're not going to kick it. Probably can't get a field goal from here.
Not with the ball spotted on, let's see, that's the 27-yard line.
Be a 45-yard field goal. 43 to 45. I do like the fact that they got Mahaney outside the pocket there on a rollout. Probably see trips coming to this side. It's an easier throw for a right-handed quarterback to roll on to his right. He had a guy open there.
Fort Gibbson's going to use their last timeout of the half. 2:15 left to go, 97 to score in favor of Hilldale. They're taking timeout on the field. We'll take one with them here on the Bravado Wireless game of the week.
What's it feel like to make the bold move to Bravado this holiday season? It feels like this, and this, and definitely this. Most of all, it feels like home. And this season, Bravado has deals to keep us connected with the ones who matter most. Like a free smartphone with 2 months free service when you bundle unlimited home internet and unlimited talk, text, and data. Go bold. Go Bravado. For details on all of our holiday deals, visit bravadowireless.com. What's it feel like to make the bold move to Bravado this holiday season?
And Hilldale, Oklahoma, in the Bravado Wireless game of the week. 2:15 left to go. After scoring early, both of these teams have really had their defenses come on strong in the second quarter. 4th down and long. Curtis, what are you looking for here if you are Fort Gibson? Well, they're going to go for it, so no time to talk. They've got a man open at the goal line. Pass complete at the goal line. Touchdown, Fort Gibson. Cade Waggle comes up with a huge completion, and if you're Hilldale, you can't let a man get behind you on 4th down.
Yeah,
huge reception.
Just inexplicable that you let a guy get behind you on a. You're going to throw it to the end zone right there. You got 4th and 16. Go deep. They had 4 go routes and found the guy open. A really good throw and a great catch because he got belted as he caught the ball.
Snap down, kick is up. It splits the uprights. And just like that, the visiting Tigers, they take their first lead of the game. 14-9, 2:07 left to go. And a game that looked like Hilldale was in the control, almost going to step on the throats of Fort Gibson early. It is all Fort Gibson now.
Well, it's a rivalry game, too. And you got 2:07 left, and you got a senior quarterback.
And I said now, maybe later than, and by later I mean less than 2 minutes and 7 seconds.
Let's go a minute and a half and see what happens right here.
Oh, yeah, sometimes I get ahead of myself. And if DeRosa comes back into the game, which he looked like he was getting ready to, if Johnny DeRosa comes back into the game for Hilldale, then, yeah, they definitely have the leadership and the weapons to go down and score within these 2 minutes.
Yeah, he looks like he's ready to go right here. And they do have an advantage on the outside that they have not been able to exploit so far.
They really just haven't even tried. That's kind of the thing. It hasn't been that, they've had some miscommunications and missed opportunities. It's just really that they haven't tried.
Well, they've probably taken 3 or 4 shots. It's really strange because they've run the ball really well. They're a great running team out of the spread.
Kick is away and will be fielded at the 10-yard line. Running left, finding some running room. Nathan LeBounty.
Yeah, good return, but for the third time tonight, we've seen the deep return men for Hilldale let the ball go over their head and catch it in retreat. Coaches will tell you if you catch the ball going in reverse, it takes away an average of 5 to 7 yards per return when you do that. And so you would think that they'd line them up at some point a little deeper.
Rossett in the game, pass complete, first down. Flag coming in. It looked like it's probably going to be for a horse collar, but somehow the receiver stays on his feet. Now he's got another late flag. Laundry all over the place, and I've used all my penalty puns. Curtis, I don't even have any more. Right?
It's like Easter was involved in a little post-play skirmish. I think we had the first penalty of the 2 or 3 that we have on that play looked like either a face mask on Fort Gibson, and then looked like had some post-play activities.
Personal foul against Fort Gibson. It's going to be the only play that our white hat calls, so it's going to be a free 15 yards. And past the 50 go the Hornets.
Boy, you'd think that part of the halftime conversation when both locker rooms is going to be, don't get stupid penalties.
I would say so. 14-9 to score. Clock rolls under 2 minutes, and guess what? There's another penalty. DeRossett winds up, throws across his body, pass complete. Good catch that time by O'Neal. It's really the first time we've seen him come into play, but don't get too excited because once again, our white hat's going to get some nice face time today. He's been on the camera more than we have.
It's like an illegal shift.
It's going to go against Hilldale, and they're going to go backwards. Because why not?
You know, both these teams, there's a lot of evidence that they're well coached, and you know, you feel like a big rivalry game week 10 doesn't have the same amount of emotion that a week 1 or week 2 rivalry game does, and yet these kids are really chippy, both sides, and you know, the officials have contributed a little bit to them by trying to keep the game under control, I think.
DeRossett steps up into the pocket, pass incomplete. In and out of the hands of his intended target.
Looked like Lawson. Brayson Lawson.
Yeah, indeed was Brayson Lawson. His uniforms, the 6 and the 8 don't do me any favors. 1:19 to go, clock stop, second down. DeRossett rolling to his left. Now he's going to reverse field, and there's another flag as DeRossett is sacked way back at the 38-yard line.
All right, Coleman Patterson coming off the edge and making another big play in the backfield for Fort Gibson.
I'm tired of saying it, Curtis. There's a personal foul against...
Holding call against
pardon me.
Hilldale will be declined.
You would think I would know what the penalties are. We've seen them all, seems like, this first half. 1:12 to go, 14-9 is the score. In fact, it was declined because Fort Gibson again with a big sack. First down marker is all the way at the 34-yard line.
This is just the time in the ballgame where you're going to see somebody get deep for Hilldale.
That sounds about right. Fort Gibson bringing pressure. Hilldale sets up the screen pass to Lawson. Lawson with space to run. Lawson brought down just in front of the first down marker. He went from third and a long ways, over 20, to 4th and 1. Why not? Good play that time by Lawson. Good play call, too.
Yeah, really good job. Fort Gibson brought pressure. Last couple of plays had some success with it, and they caught him in another pressure. Got to the outside and hit a bevy of blockers.
Devin Woodworth is going to come out of the game. He's limping as he heads to the sideline for Fort Gibson. It's a big loss on offense and defense for the Tigers.
Must have got an ankle rolled up on. Sure, he'll be back in the ballgame. He's been a very effective player for him on both sides of the football tonight. They're getting him taped up at halftime.
Under a minute to go. DeRossett at the gun, third down. DeRossett, plenty of time, surveys the field. Now he's pressured. Just throws it up for Brayson Lawson, and Lawson can't come down with it. In and out of the hands of Brayson Lawson. He's going to take another minute to revel on his mistakes. 4th down upcoming.
Surprisingly, we didn't have a flag on that. That play looked like there was some contact as the ball was in the air, but maybe the refs got tired of throwing it on that one. I thought there was probably pass interference on that. Still should have been caught, in my opinion. He had both hands on the ball, but obviously contact may have impacted that.
Big 4th down upcoming for Hilldale. They got to get to the 34. 4th and 4. DeRossa pass over the middle, complete. Colby Thompson. 1st down yardage plus some. It's all the way down to the 21, just outside of the red zone, and that's going to force Hilldale to call their first timeout. 34 seconds to go. Hilldale calls the timeout. They've shown the ability to get the ball down the field with the passing game, Curtis.
Yeah, DeRossa's done a really good job tonight. Been very impressed with him. A good poise in the pocket. Been a good, very effective runner of the football, and he's showed more patience probably any quarterback we've seen so far this year. He knows he can run. He's got a good protection up front, and so you got to give credit to the big boys up front as well, because they've done a good job of giving him time and creating running lanes for him as well.
It does help when you have the offensive line. You mentioned the big boys up front. They have given him all day to figure out where he wants to throw it. He gets to survey, gets to go left, right, left again. It's like he's pulling out into traffic.
Yeah, they got some big boys up front. Jay Strobel, 6'4", 270. Micah Gonzalez, 6'1", 233. 2 standouts for tonight.
2 wide receivers to either side. No tight end in the Fort Nation. DeRossa screen pass. Pass complete to Logan Harper. Harper with space to run. He's going to be tripped up by his shoelaces. On the tackle is Maurice Ford. And Ford's a little slow to get up. He's stretching his feet. He'll get up now and walk back to his sideline, or to his side of the field. 26 seconds. Waiting for the clock to roll, and we got a time out. I'm guessing Hilldale called another timeout. The officials haven't signaled anything. That's what we're going to say. Hilldale called timeout. Fort Gibson didn't have any. Just under 30 seconds. 2nd down upcoming. Who are you utilizing in the passing game here to try and get this ball into the end zone if you're Hilldale?
Who do I go to?
Yes.
It's a good question. I just got a bad text message. I think you got to go back to O'Neal or to Harper. They've got the size advantage. Be a great time to throw a fader out, but you know the guy they've gone to the most is Brayson Lawson. He's done a very good job of receiver, so we'll see what they come up with here. You like the height advantage on the outside, especially throws to the boundary, closer throws, easier throws. So you got a pretty decent height advantage. You do have safety over the top here, so let's see how they handle this.
O'Neal is to the far side of the screen. The man to the near side is Harper. Looking that way. Brayson Lawson in the back of the end zone. Pass complete. Got a footing. Touchdown, Hilldale. The Hornets come back and answer Fort Gibson's touchdown with one of their own, and they retake the lead with 19 seconds to go in the first half.
Really nice combo route there. They had a post route by Harper that took the safety help away, and then Lawson on the outside with wheel route. A great catch in the corner of the end zone to retake the lead right here.
Jackson Whitaker on for the extra point to make this a 2-point lead. Kick is up, and it is through the uprights, and Fort Gibson looking like they had all of the momentum, but Hilldale comes back with a nice 2-minute drive and was able to retake the lead.
Well, we talked about this rivalry game. I said, come talk to me before the end of the half, and now we've got a different game. So really good response by Hilldale, something you kind of expect from them. They got good leadership, quarterback, good skilled players, and even though missing Virgil tonight, really great response there to retake the lead before halftime.
Just not a lot of time, 19 seconds left for Fort Gibson. Probably just want to recover this one, take a knee and go into half. But the good news is if you are Fort Gibson, Hilldale came into this game highly favored. They were 8-1 on the season. You've hung in there every step of the way. Every single shot they've given you, you've been able to respond. So you got to go into the half knowing that, hey, we're right here in this thing.
I'll tell you what they better watch out for is the pooch kick again. Now, they quick kicked it last time. That looked like they were on a more traditional lineup. There's a hole in the middle of it.
Well, squib kick fielded at the 20-yard line. Maurice Ford takes it to the 34. 15 seconds left, and goodness, there's another flag on the field. Maurice Ford, I think he might, I don't like to speculate on injuries, but he's stretching out a lot afterwards. He might be cramping.
Either that or he's got a slight pull and he's trying to keep it loose.
Flag goes against Fort Gibson. We'll back him up 5. I've got flag fatigue. Is that
Do we know where they're changing where the officials' locker rooms are? We go down and take half the flags away so we get through this broadcast tonight.
They got to be on
I think even the people watching on TV would agree with us on that one.
I think there's a quota, don't you? Like, do they get paid by the flag?
Well, if they do, they're doubling down tonight.
Fort Gibson coming out, Mahaney under center. Paul Mahaney's going to give it to, I believe that was Woodward.
Yep. Got his ankle taped up and back in the ball game.
That should do it here for the first half. Mahaney already making his way towards the sideline. Fort Gibson going to their locker room, and we got a good one here on the Bravado Wireless Game of the Week. Score 16-14 in favor of Hilldale, but this has been awfully close, Curtis. Both teams really answering each other after they're throwing knockout punches.
Yeah, really been, in some ways a well-played game. I mean, tackling has been very good. The plays that are unaffected by penalties have been very effective for both teams, and yet, I wouldn't be surprised to see the coaches talk to the officials at halftime. This is a little more than what we're used to seeing for sure.
20 minutes on the clock here for halftime. Stick with us. You can watch some halftime entertainment by the Hilldale Band and the Hilldale Cheerleaders. But we'll be back here in 20 minutes to get you ready for the second half of the Battle of the Rock here in Hilldale on the Bravado Wireless Game of the Week.
Planning a weekend away in your camper? Take your Bravado Wireless home internet with you. Right now, our most popular internet plan has been chopped. While other internet providers are stuck at home with all of those wires and your obnoxious neighbor, Hank, you are free to take your wireless router to your home away from home. Visit us at bravadowireless.com to find a store near you. We are Bravado Wireless, and we believe in the power of connection.
Stick around because we're cooking wild.
From nationwide coverage to live high school sports to the great outdoors and so much more, we've got something for you. We're a local wireless carrier right here in Oklahoma. We work for your town, in your town. But great cell phone signal in rural areas is just scratching the surface. We also broadcast live events from all over Eastern Oklahoma. High school football, basketball, baseball, dirt track races, livestock shows, and community events. Everything to keep you connected in your community. We're also producing original shows like Connect Outdoors and Cooking Wild that shines a light on real Oklahoman experiences. You can find us at bravadowireless.com, or you can search for us on Facebook or YouTube. You can even find us on the Oklahoma Sports Network. You can download their app straight to your phone, Apple TV, Smart TV, or Roku. We don't just create for Oklahoma, we are Oklahoma. We're Bravado Wireless, Oklahoma's service provider.
What's it feel like to make the bold move to Bravado this holiday season? It feels like this, and this, and definitely this. Most of all, it feels like home. And this season, Bravado has deals to keep us connected with the ones who matter most. Like a free smartphone with 2 months free service when you bundle unlimited home internet and unlimited talk, text, and data. Go bold. Go Bravado. For details on all of our holiday deals, visit bravadowireless.com.
You are called to be bold, to connect in your home, to your community, and to the world. From your land, we are Bravado Wireless. We are your high-speed internet provider based right here in Eastern Oklahoma. With the latest technology, we offer coverage in more underserved areas than ever, with 4G LTE speeds and no installation needed. We're faster and more reliable than the competition, and at $59.99 a month, we're more affordable too. Bravado Wireless. We believe in the power of connection.
Whether you're driving through town or taking the scenic route, Bravado Wireless has a plan for your journey. For a limited time, you can get a Samsung device on us. So wherever your journey may lead, Bravado Wireless has you covered. Visit us at bravadowireless.com to find stores near you. We are Bravado Wireless, and we believe in the power of connection.
Should have been out there telling them how to mix it.
lose, my heart is jet black. No frontline member, watch me dead snatch. Tell the whole world it wouldn't take long. Used to be cool, it's time to play long. Burn no man, I'm taking it through. Heard the odds, bananas, but I am King Kong. World on my shoulders, ain't no time to be hopeless. Only thing that it does is make me keep more ferocious. Went from being a homie to no one wanted to notice. To being the focus for everyone having the motive. The dope is alive, focus is strive. Left me for dead and I always survive. Soul in my mind is a line, I'm a goat. When I die, I'ma be the one he hold as a god.
Started out the bottom from the mud. Now I got it jumping with the click, gang. Rival mode, I came back with a grudge.
The more they declining, the more that I'm climbing. I got the opposing side down to what science is without a question. It's insane. I see them guys that try to test it. They not impressive. I'm in the opposite direction. Don't want the credit. Entire world in my possessions. What I'm obsessed with. The game told me to a monster. No obstacle that I can't conquer. No. Stop me and watch me go bonkers. Perfect timing to reminder. The game told me to a monster. You can't put me in no genre. No. Stop me and watch me go bonkers. Perfect timing to reminder. The game told me to a monster. Tell him back up. Bad luck. You the one to tell you back up. That tough. The cop was a clash with the map and you in contact with a Mack truck. You wanna pass, once I'm looking past ya. Put in the gas up and everyone to gas ya. My numbers on the ball, hold you put your stats up with the fact is if I can bring in an effector. They're gonna hate and I get that. Sorry yes they did that. Sorry yes that I am that. Championship I bring back. Winning and win until then you win that. I'm convinced that I was sent to conquer wishes. Dominance is logic. If it don't kill me, makes me stronger for tomorrow. Then it's ain't the same. My failures are accomplishments. Opposite, you're a brick player. No grit, the quick to call and quits player. Ain't on the sideline cause I'm lit player. Staying on the sideline, you're a bench player. And it's I pursue to reach the top and soon use your eyes and watch me make it out of shoe. I'm on my prime, watch see it's your time to lose. I got a lot of squats, can't even stop this dude. Dudes are doomed, tell them ain't room for dude. Play for a player and I'm turning on you dudes to fool. Proving how cool I move. Got switched on true colors like in the Rubik's Cube. Y'all act like it's cool to lose. My instinct to kill up you guys that make news I do's. Proving I rule the room. Who just got me losing to? Monster. No obstacle that I can't conquer. No. Stop me and watch me go bonkers. Perfect timing to reminder. They can't tell me to a monster. You can't put me in no genre. No. Stop me and watch me go bonkers. Perfect timing to reminder.
Started out the bottom from the mud. Now I got it jumping with the click. Rival mode, I came back with a grudge.
I think I'm going to get to that point where you get to be an old man where you don't care. Yeah, I'm just flying in, didn't it? That signal come flying in.
Have your nephew snap me, text me. I do what my friends do. I got Sean and Anthony.
good.
No, he's switching. No, I think
rivals, my heart is jet black. No frontline men, but watch me dead snap. Show the whole world it wouldn't take long. Used to be cool, it's time to play long. Heard no man, don't take it ain't wrong. Heard the odds is bananas, but I am King Kong. World on my shoulders, ain't no time to be hopeless. Only thing that it does is make me keep on ferocious. Went from being a homie to no one wanted to notice. To being the focus for everyone having a motive. The dope is alive, focus is strive. Left me for dead and I always survive. Soul in my mind is a line, I'm a goat. When I die, I'ma be the one he hold as a god.
Started out the bottom from the mud, yeah. Now I got it jumping with the click, yeah. Rival mode, I came back with a grudge.
The more they declining, the more that I'm climbing. I got the opposing shot down to a science. That's without a question. It's insane. I see them guys that try to test it. They not impressive. I'm in the opposite direction. Go with the credit. Inside your world and my possessions, what I'm obsessed with. The game told me so monster. No obstacle that I can't conquer. No. Show me and watch me go bonkers. Perfect timing to reminder. The game turned me to a monster. You can't put me in no genre. No. Show me and watch me go bonkers. Perfect timing to reminder. The game turned me to a monster. Tell him back up. Bad luck. You the one that tell you back up. Got tough. The cop was a clash of the math when you in contact with a Mack truck. You wanna pass once you look at that shit. Put in the gas, slapping everyone to gas you. My numbers on the ball, hold you put your stats up with the fact is in fact I'm being an factor. They're gonna hate and I get that. Sorry, yes, they did that. Sorry, yes, can I am that. Championship I bring back. Winning and winning till then you win that. I'm convinced that I was sent to conquer wishes. Dominance is logic. If it don't kill me, makes me stronger for tomorrow. Then it's the same. My failures are accomplishments. You're a bricklayer, no grit. I'm calling quits player. Ain't on the sideline cause I'm lit player. Staying on the sideline, you're a bench player. In the top pursuit to reach the top and soon use your eyes and watch me make it hot and shoot. I'm on my grind. Watch, say it's your time to lose. I got a lot of squads, can't even stop this dude. Dudes are doom. Tell them ain't room for dude. Wait for a player, don't turn on your dudes to fool. Proving how cool I move. I squish on the true colors like in the Rubik's Cube. You act like it's cool to lose. My instinct to kill up you guys and make news I dudes. Proving I rule the room. Who just got me losing to? No obstacle that I can't conquer. No. Show me and watch me go bonkers. Perfect timing to reminder. The game turned me to a monster. You can't put me in no genre. No. Show me and watch me go bonkers. Perfect timing to reminder.
Started out the bottom from the mud. Now I got it jumping with the click. Rival mode, I came back with a grudge.
Thank you, everybody. Tonight's game night sponsor, St. Francis Healthcare Systems.
Welcome back into the second half of the Battle for the Rock here in Hilldale. The Hilldale Hornets and the Fort Gibson Tigers getting ready for 24 minutes of action. If it's anything like the first 24 minutes, it'll definitely be a back and forth affair. Right now, Hilldale leading 16-4, and they are set to get the ball here in the second half, pardon me. Back deep is Brayson Lawson for the Hilldale Hornets. Fort Gibson's not going to kick it to him. They pitch it towards the sideline, and it'll be muffed and fielded at the 35. Fort Gibson's going to recover. A huge recovery that time by Cade Waggle. The Tigers get the ball back. And I said that Hilldale was going to get the ball first, but instead, a huge turnover results in Fort Gibson getting the ball. And that just segues perfectly into what we're going to talk about here, Curtis. Let's revisit those keys that you talked to about. Let's first talk with the home team, the Hilldale Hornets. One of those keys was no turnovers. They haven't executed that very well today.
Yeah, I think that's their third turnover on the night. And big play there, deep onside kick to the boundary there. Logan Harper bobbles the kickoff and recovered by Waggle. Huge play right there to give momentum before Gibson start this second half.
Devin Woodworth with the tackle, off right tackle. Woodworth, space to run. Woodworth to the goal line. Woodworth dives. This would give Fort Gibson the lead, and they're going to mark him just out. Woodworth, for the first time today, gets into space, and he makes the Hilldale defense pay.
Yeah, really good blocking on the edge by Branch. Had cover zero. He was able to bounce it outside and makes his way down the sideline for a gain of about 32.
Devin Woodworth with a fantastic take off of right tackle, and Fort Gibson could score in 2 plays here and take the lead back to start this second half. I formation, Woodworth dots the I. Hilldale's going to bring everybody up to the line of scrimmage. They're giving it to the workhorse, Woodworth. Woodworth lowers his head to the end zone. Touchdown, Fort Gibson. The visitors from across the river strike first in the second half, and they go back ahead 20-16, extra point pending.
Big play to start the second half here. 2 plays and a touchdown for Fort Gibson as they regain the lead on the Woodward touchdown. And surprise, surprise, we have a penalty on our 3rd play.
Yeah, I think 3 plays might be a record for most plays without a penalty. The snap was back and the kick was up and good, but it did look like it was a false start. I believe probably would have been against Hilldale. It is against Hilldale. No, retry the extra point.
It's an interesting call because, I mean, you should be able to count the kick, I would think, but apparently not. So again, back to the keys. You know, we talked about this early on, and I'm sure Coach Blevins is really frustrated by this. Turnover battle has been a big key for them all season.
Fort Gibson with the penalty is going to elect to go for 2. Woodworth trying to get to the outside. He stays on his feet, lunges, but will not get there. Good job that time by Hilldale to string Woodworth out, not to let him to get the extra point. That would have made it a 6-point game. I kind of get going for 2 there. The extra point really doesn't do anything for you.
Dylan Walker came off the edge, outstanding safety, a senior. Number 33 did a good job of coming off the edge and getting Woodward to the ground and keeping him out of the end zone for 2.
With 11:40 to go, though, Fort Gibson strikes in a hurry. 2-play drive after getting the turnover on the kickoff. Not necessarily an onside kick. There's something happening on the sideline. There's somebody. Is that Brayson Lawson's on the sideline. The officials are talking to his head coach, David Blevins.
Yeah, we got everyone standing up here. Hard to see what's going on. A lot of commotion going on. We have a couple of arrests at halftime. We got cop cars on the southeast corner of the field, and it's all that a rivalry game that you would want. Not trying to make light of it, but
right.
there was several officers coming across the field, and we got more people watching the southwest corner of the end zone than we do the playing field right now.
I'm going to try and get back to football. Fort Gibson striking first in the second half has put Hilldale on its heels. As the pooch kick this time to the other side will be fielded a lot more clean this time. Hilldale gets good field position. They'll take over at the 41. And now for the first time, we're going to see DeRossa in the Hilldale offense. It's going to give us an opportunity to kind of dive back into your keys, Curtis. As when you talked earlier in the game, you wanted Hilldale to win the ground game with their committee, and they've done that. They've established the run really well, almost to a detriment, as we saw them be able to move the ball really well when they didn't run it in the spread in that 2-minute drill.
Yeah, so Lawson and Easer and DeRossa have all done a great job of running the football by committee in the absence of Virgil, and that was a big key. The second key that we talked about was turnover battle, and that's an area where they're behind right now.
Darren Hayes up the gut. Darren Hayes with the big gain. First time we've seen him out of the backfield today. The senior, they faked it with Easer. As you take another look on the Bravado wireless replay, they faked it with Easer, and Hayes up the gut moves the ball into Fort Gibson territory.
It's 5th running back on the night for
this time, nothing doing for Darren Hayes. We have another flag. This one could be unsportsmanlike conduct. Could be. Not going to make a judgment call yet, but it looked like there was some fighting between Maurice Ford and I think that was Logan Harper here on the near sideline.
Yeah, I'm not sure what the call is.
They're going to say
face mask.
Face mask against Fort Gibson. (20-16) is your score. Just. No, not just. 11-17. third quarter. Gibbs running left side. Once again, Darren Hayes getting the bulk of the carries here early in this game.
He didn't carry the ball in the first half, so going with a fresh back in the backfield and a 2-back set to start the second half here as well.
Hayes is a good 7 yards behind the line of scrimmage. They give it to him, running off right tackle, and just nothing doing. Good job by Fort Gibson that time. They were fooled on the first play. The play action got them, but after that, it has been really hemmed in by the front defensive line of Fort Gibson.
Yeah, Patterson's leader of that defense and has done a great job all night. And also say Mike Johnson's done a really good job at the end position as well.
Ross fakes right, looking to set up a screen, nothing doing. Ross is going to have to keep it himself, and he'll be dropped at the 15-yard line. DeRossa, they look like they were setting up a misdirection halfback screen out here to the near side of the field, but a good job by Fort Gibson of staying home. Brings up 4th down and 6. They're going to try for a field goal. Should make it a 1-point game.
You know, I'm a big fan of
special teams?
Special teams fakes.
That's a good point.
So I would...
Jackson Whitaker is the kicker.
You may believe in him.
Snap back, kick is up. It's side-winding and falls well short. It's not necessarily a good thing when the ball starts twisting like a tornado instead of end over end. Whitaker did not get that one to sail through the uprights, and it'll go back to Fort Gibson.
Fort Gibson's bend but don't break. Defense comes through again. Really good job of making Hilldale sustain a drive, even though they gave them about 25 yards there, or 15 or 25 yards on that possession.
That bend but don't break key has been huge all game long, Curtis. They fake, no pardon, they give the handoff up the middle. Give 3 as Devin Woodworth falls forward.
Tell you, Hilldale has not gone away from the cover 0. They got a lot of confidence in their cover guys, for sure.
They've got 5 guys right around the line of scrimmage. Throwing over the middle with a man in his face. Mahaney just misses his intended target, Cade Waggle. Waggle was open, but it was a good job of Hilldale by getting pressure in Mahaney's face.
Yeah, the general came through on a blitz up the A gap and got in his face, made him rush the throw, and good job on the pressure there by Hilldale.
Dave McWilliams, he has a tackle for loss in today's game. Almost came over the second one there. 3rd down, 7 yards to go.
You're going to have man coverage to the top. Maybe look for a slant route there or backside post.
Mahaney going to try and keep it. He's tracked down from behind. Big tackle that time by Evan Keith. He stops Mahaney from scrambling for the first, and 3 and out go the Tigers.
Yeah, he had the backside post, but he didn't have time to throw it. Good job on the pressure by Hilldale. And, you know, we talked about it early on as a key for the game for Fort Gibson was handling the pressure, and that time they were unable to.
Snap over the head. And it's going to roll out of the back of the end zone before Hilldale can get it. So it's going to be the second safety of the game against Fort Gibson. They're shooting themselves in the foot. That could have been a lot worse. It could have been a touchdown. That's huge play there. Fort Gibson can get out of their own way. The second safety of the game makes this a 2-point game. You take another look at the Bravado Wireless replay, just over the head of Mahaney.
Yeah, it's the first bad snap we've seen from Fort Gibson tonight. We had a couple of bad snaps early that stalled the first drive for Hilldale, and then another one late that kind of caused them to stumble on a drive. But first time for Fort Gibson in that regard.
8 minutes to go in the third quarter. 20-18 is the score. Fort Gibson is going to have to punt it away. Last time they had a safety, because we've seen a safety already once in this game. They elected not to punt, but instead kick it away, and they actually were able to pin Hilldale deep. This time Hilldale looks to be a little bit further deep. Grayson Lawson puts his feet at the 24-yard line. Kick is away. It's going to be high in the air, fielded at the 35. They're going to give it on a pitch back to Lawson. Lawson trucks a man at the 45. Gets into Fort Gibson territory, so he's going to be brought down. Lots of things to build off of that last drive of Hilldale. They just couldn't punch it into the end zone.
Yeah, got good field position after the safety and a good return. A little bit of a trickeration there. Again, another play I like. I like a little reverse action there. We got stacked receivers here to the near side. Look for maybe a hitch route.
Instead, they're going to give it up the middle, and just not a lot of room for Darren Hayes. Hayes had the big run his first carry and hasn't really busted out since. We haven't seen Brayson Mawson in the backfield yet this second half.
Yeah, I think he's been on the sideline some for sure, but Tim Murphy there, a good job from linebacker position to bring him down.
Rossett pass. There's just 3 Fort Gibson defenders right there to bring down Dylan Walker. First one there, Maurice Ford, accompanied by Toby West as well. Good job that time by Fort Gibson.
Well, I'll tell you what, Fort Gibson's defense has come to play. They've brought a lot of intensity to the game and played really well since that first drive or two.
DeRosset hard count gets Fort Gibson. It's one of the few times that somebody's jumped off sides because the other team wanted them to. Most of the time they just do it by themselves so far this game. It's going to make that a little bit harder for Fort Gibson to hold on third down here. There's man coverage to the top of the field. DeRosset looking left the entire way, pressure in his face, and he's going to be brought down, untouched. Through the defense goes Coleman Patterson, the senior, in his last battle for the Rock. Huge sack against DeRosset. It's going to bring up fourth down, and more than likely going to force Hilldale to punt. Just untouched up the middle.
Yeah, kind of been bringing him off the edge, off the right side of Hilldale's offense, and brought him up the middle right there. Really effective with their pressures tonight as Fort Gibson been.
Punt is away. It's going to roll and be fielded at the 10-yard line. Not a very big return, but it's a good job to field the punt so that Hilldale can't pin you too deep into your own territory. Man, you can't say enough, though, about that Fort Gibson defense so far this game.
No, they've been great. They bend but don't break. Philosophy has served them well tonight, and kept Hilldale's moved the ball pretty well, but not been able to punch it in with the prowess that they may have expected.
3 wide receivers to the far side, give to Woodworth in the backfield. Hilldale knew that one was coming. Woodworth tackled at the line of scrimmage as the clock winds under 6 minutes. Second down and 10, and after a very successful first drive running the ball, Hilldale's done a good job of containing Woodworth on the last drive in the beginning of this one.
Well, he's only got loose a couple of times tonight. He probably has less than 50 yards total rushing, with one of those coming on the 130-plus yard burst.
Fort Gibson's got to hurry. Play clock is at 5. They've got to get set in a hurry. 2, 1. Just gets the snap off. Mahaney rolling left out of the pocket. Loses the ball. Rolling out of bounds, and nobody's going to retain possession. Mahaney, lucky that one gets out of bounds before Hilldale can fall on it. It looked like he almost tried to pump fake with a man in his face and just lost the ball. It rolls out of bounds at the 10-yard line.
Yeah, Schiller on off the edge right there. Great job. He's had a big game, in my opinion. Done a great job from the right defensive end. Create a lot of havoc in the backfield from Mahaney.
3rd down and a mile to Fort Gibson. Officially 20. It's close to a mile. Play clock winding down again. Mahaney looked like he's trying to give it to Woodworth, but keeps it himself. Yeah, almost some miscommunication at the mesh point there. And Fort Gibson's going to be forced to punt. And last time they did this, it didn't go so well, Curtis.
Yeah. Well, that would tie it up, which would make things pretty fair for the Knights.
You ever seen 3 safeties in a game?
No, I can't say that I have.
I don't know how many times I've seen 2 safeties in a game.
We've seen a lot tonight here in Hilldale.
You're exactly right. This time the snap is good.
Great kick.
The kick is good, too. It's going to be fielded just on the other side of the 50-yard line. That's a block in the back. Grayson Lawson with plenty of space. He's going to take it to the 30, and they're going to bring it back because, well, there's a block in the back right at the 50-yard line. I saw that one from up here. There's been a lot that I haven't seen today. I saw that one.
Yeah, so did the officials.
Hey, nothing has gotten past these officials.
Hey, I'm telling you what, they've got the best vision, and we often accuse officials not being able to see. These guys are like eagle eyes down here.
You might want to call it 20/20 vision.
We need a LASIK center to sponsor these guys as good as their vision is.
Just a traveling sponsorship for the guys in stripes. This game, Butch, you might lose it.
Yeah.
Oh, man. 4:33 to go. 3rd quarter. Durosset in the gun for Hilldale. It's going to get it running right. Full steam ahead is Darren Hayes. Where has Darren Hayes been in the first half?
He's done a good job. He's been the workhorse and been very effective here. And, you know, they may be saving up Lawson a little bit for the 4th quarter, resting him because he is playing both ways and been great in coverage tonight. So maybe that's just a means to give him a rest.
Hayes running left side. He runs full steam ahead as he picks up the 1st down. And there's going to be a late flag. Trying to continue the play and player physicality. That one's going to get Fort Gibson in trouble. I believe on the unsportsmanlike is going to be Jackson Purdue. Just played just a little bit after the whistle. In these rivalry games, it's hard. I know you want to finish your block against the guy that you're up against, but once the whistle blows, you got to stop, Curtis. That's exactly what it is. Personal foul against Fort Gibson. And we're not keeping official stats. I wish we were, though, because I would love to see how many penalty yards have been given out today.
Yeah. Well, and some of that, you know, these 2 outside receivers for Hilldale, Harper and O'Neill, are both big receivers and love to block, according to Coach Blevins. And they just will, they're going to play till the whistle. And sometimes that's gotten them in trouble, and sometimes it's caused frustration by Fort Gibson. Both teams are going to have to, they want to win this ballgame. They're going to have to get their emotions under control here in the last 15 minutes.
Hayes carries again. Hayes at the middle, shedding tacklers. Poor tackling that time by Fort Gibson, but the turf monster gets Darren Hayes.
Yeah, great run up the middle. Make a guy miss here or there. And
look like Fort Gibson's tired. I think their defense has been out there just a little too long. As it also looks like Hilldale notices that. They're trying to go in a hurry.
Quarterback sneak.
Durosset. Not a lot wing. He's not down, and somehow he scoots through and gets a touchdown.
Looked like a scrum for a second, but he kept his feet driving. He's a powerful runner. Really good job with quarterback keep.
DeRosset does his best impression of water seeping through any hole that he can find, gets into the end zone, and gives the Hornets a 4-point lead.
He's done a great job tonight taking what defense gives him. I bet he's got 20 yards on quarterback keeps up the middle. It's something that Fort Gibson's going to have to adjust to.
Good job by Johnny DeRosset. Extra point pending from Jackson Whitaker. He missed his field goal attempt. This one is up and through the uprights. It's a 5-point lead for Hilldale. Back and forth we go. 3:05 in the third quarter. We'll take a quick break here on the Bravado Wireless Game of the Week.
This season, every season, stay connected to the ones who matter most with Bravado's best deal of the year when you bundle unlimited talk, text, and data and unlimited home internet. Get details at bravadowireless.com.
Welcome back into Hilldale, Oklahoma. Hilldale Hornets quickly responding. A nice drive put together by their offense. And Fort Gibson, I think for the sake of their defense, Curtis, I think they need to put together a good drive on offense. The problem is some of their defensive players are probably playing offense as well, but their defense just looked tired as they're trying to tackle with their arms a lot of the time on that last drive. As Devin Woodworth got real close to letting that ball. He tried to let it go out of bounds, and it almost didn't want to.
Well, I think he thought he had room to catch it and maybe turn it up the sideline, but good awareness of his place on the field, and let they get out and gives him 1st and 10 at the 35.
Good field position for Fort Gibson with 3:05 to go in this third quarter. 3 drives for Fort Gibson, one ending in a touchdown, the other 2 ending in punts. I think that if you're Fort Gibson, maybe going to the pass on 1st down here might serve you better. You've ran it with Woodworth on 1st down every single drive this entire half. And you can tell there Woodworth does a good job just running forward and getting a few, but Hilldale's ready for that.
Yeah, they've front 7 for Hilldale has been very effective tonight in controlling the run game, the line of scrimmage, and but Fort Gibson's been opportunistic, getting a couple of shots here and there, taking advantage of turnovers, and keeping this thing very close. Definitely got a chance to win this.
Mahaney option, going to keep it himself. I think that was the right read. He's just not a lot doing. Woodworth talking a little bit of smack out there at the top of the screen. He hit the hole hard, did Mahaney. Not a lot doing. I know it's not Fort Gibson's game to air it out, but I just think that Hilldale is begging them to, Curtis, with the cover 0 that they're running on the edges and loading the box with 8, sometimes 9 guys.
Yeah, they got to be smart in how they take shots, but they're going to probably have to take one right here. They're going to have man coverage to the near side here. They can beat him over the top or with slant route. They got him on the slant.
Mahaney throws it up over the middle of the field, pass intended for Maurice Ford. Ford had a step, but I don't think Mahaney let him enough. It was knocked away. Good defense that time, played by Hilldale.
Tough, I mean, it's a great route, tough pass to complete because you got to put some air under it, and really you've got a small window to put that ball in for him to make a catch, but if he catches it, it's touchdown. Really unfortunate for Fort Gibson's defense. They're going to have to come right back on the field. Offense needs to give them some support or need to give them a turnover here
Haney punts it. It's going to hit right at the 30-yard line. Ball fielded there. Brayson Lawson, no flags yet. Oh my gosh, I jinxed it. He's tackled at the 35. Literally, right as I said it. Brayson Lawson is going to be brought down at the 35.
Looked like a block in the back, maybe by number 16, Ison Smith.
This is where, if you're Fort Gibson, your defense has been tired, you're looking for some momentum on the offense, a turnover. You've already gotten 3 today. If you could get another gift from Hilldale right here, that would be huge.
It's blocking the back, so it's only a 10-yard penalty.
Running left side and back to the line of scrimmage, maybe a gain of 1, is Darren Hayes. He's been the workhorse in the second half. Hayes, a senior.
And good job by Johnson on the edge, turning back into the play, and looked like either Patterson or Murphy cleaned up the tackle there.
Hayes in the pistol formation behind DeRossett. Hayes gives right side. Hayes space the run. One man to beat, and Hayes beats him. Not enough in the tank, though. Unhitched the trailer, Darren Hayes. He couldn't quite run away. He's going to be right down to 15, but a big pickup from Darren Hayes, but there's a flag on the play.
Got to be unsportsmanlike conduct. Looks like on DeRossett.
That's exactly what the call is.
Coach Blevins is looking for an explanation. That penalty was 40 yards
behind
the completion of the play.
Yeah.
I don't know if it was dead ball, if it was during the play.
We're going to take another look. See if you can see the quarterback DeRossett if anything happens. I mean, not on screen there.
It happened around midfield, so.
Right. I mean, he's waving. Is that not? I mean, I feel like that's okay. I don't feel like that's unsportsmanlike conduct. But where are we spotting this ball?
Well, it looks like I think it was dead ball, so it's after the run,
okay.
And we're coming back 15 yards, and then it's 1st and 10.
It would make more sense than if I was thinking, which I was thinking wrong anyway, of a spot foul. I was like, they gained 30 yards off the spot foul. DeRossett, he's had a few high snaps. He's done a good job of handling them.
Yeah, it looks like Lawson's back in.
Brayson Lawson running over left tackle, picks up 3. The Hornets will have to snap it one more time in this quarter. Rossett looks to Caleb Harris, the offensive coordinator for the Hilldale Hornets. He gives them the last play of this quarter.
Jumped offside.
No, I'm just kidding. It's not going to be the last play. Right tackle jumped offsides. I believe that was
Michael Gonzalez.
Exactly. Thank you. I definitely would have said the wrong name. Michael Gonzalez jumps offsides. We're going to back it up 5. We just didn't want this third quarter to end.
Yeah, they're going to run out the clock here.
Now the clock hits zeros, and well, just like the rock that flew in here on a helicopter, we're going to ask you to buckle in because we have no idea what's going to happen in this fourth quarter. 12 minutes left to decide who is going to take home the rock in the Battle of the Rock between the Hilldale Hornets and the Fort Gibson Tigers. Right now, Hilldale leading 25-20 here on the Bravado Wireless Game of the Week.
This holiday season, give the gift that feels like home with Bravado's best deal of the year when you bundle unlimited talk, text, and data and unlimited home internet. Go bold. Go Bravado. Visit bravadowireless.com for details.
This broadcast is a copyright of Bravado Wireless. This game and broadcast should not be reproduced, rebroadcast, or otherwise distributed without the express written consent of Bravado Wireless and its management.
Welcome back into the battle for the rock. DeRosset keeping running right side. He'll pick up positive yards right in front of the first down marker. Third down upcoming. I'm sitting alongside Curtis Branch. And Curtis, this has been a back and forth battle all game long. Hilldale with an opportunity for the first time since they were up 9-0 to make this 9-0, pardon me, to make this a two-possession game. DeRosset give Brayson Lawson running left side. He will pick up the first down, move the chain. I just think that Fort Gibson defense, who's played well, so well all game long, is just hitting a wall here, Curtis.
Yeah, they. I'll tell you the one thing that we've seen in the second half is you've seen a little more power run game from two-back set with Hilldale, and they've been very effective with their 21 package here.
Darren Hayes in the gun. Snap high. This time Hayes met in the backfield. He's going nowhere. Hayes dropped for a loss. Trying to find who was the first man in the
I think it was
backfield.
Mike Johnson off the edge there. Defensive end. He's done a great job all night, and good pressure right into the play.
Mike, he was there at the mesh point. Called by the mesh point being between the quarterback and the running back when he's handing it off, and Fort Gibson jumps off sides. It'll be a free 5 yards and basically give back all those yards that they got on the sack.
We're reaching the point of penalties where you may just not watch the film tomorrow because you might not get out of there.
That time the hard count doesn't get Fort Gibson.
Yeah.
Thomas standing up over the left tackle. See if he comes in on a hard blitz. DeRosset got Hayes behind him. He's looking to throw. Hayes now going to tuck it and run. Hayes to the 20. Hayes with the cutback. Hayes with the lane. Hayes puts his foot in the ground, dives for the end zone. Ball's on the ground. I don't think he made it there before the ball came out. It's who recovered it. Oh, pardon me, that was DeRosset. That was the quarterback, DeRosset, that kept it. I meant to say that. Apologies to DeRosset.
Yeah, great job. You know, I think that's a design run. Let the receivers go deep. Let them set blocks. Let the linebackers get depth, and then take off with it.
And that's a good design run. Good job by DeRosset to put his foot in the ground, get back to the old part of the field. I don't know that he got it. I think Hilldale was able to recover it in the end zone, though, so it doesn't really matter. Man, for the back and forth nature of this game, as the extra point went up and through to make this 32-20. The back and forth nature of this game is also, you can't see on the screen right now, but there's another penalty on the extra point. You take another look. This is a good look right here from our camera crew. Well, it was a good look. Yeah. People decided to get in the way. But anyway, just a great job by DeRosset. For the back and forth nature of this game, Curtis, all of a sudden it's two possessions and 12 points. Fort Gibson's got to score really on this drive to keep this thing within striking distance.
Yeah, one of the keys to the game was handling pressure, and Hilldale's pressures have been much more effective defensively. They've forced multiple 3-and-outs there in the third quarter, and Fort Gibson needs to give their defense a rest. A lot of these guys do play both ways, especially their high-end guys, but they have got to find a way to get points on the board this drive, or this could get away from them right here. They've lost a couple of close games, lost 3 in a row. When you start to have some doubt creep in here late in the game, you got to find a way to fight that off and play hard.
With the penalty, Hilldale's going to get to kick off from the 45-yard line. Watch a pooch kick here, or maybe an onside kick even. They're going to kick it away and kick it through the end zone, though. The ball will be spotted on the 20-yard line. That's a net gain of 25 yards. I don't think that's right. I think I did the math wrong here. No, I did it right. I'm surprised. I guess that's okay. I would have pooch kicked it. That's just me. 32-20. I want to let you know this game is brought to you by Bravado Wireless. Bravado's got the new iPhone 12. So if you're looking to upgrade maybe for Christmas, maybe hook somebody up with a present. Who doesn't need a present in 2020? Go to Bravado Wireless. They're going to go with the new iPhone. As Woodworth lines it up the middle. That's a hard 3 yards. Curtis.
Yeah, he's run hard. He's been hit hard, and he's done a admirable job at defense. He is. It's a numbers game, and they've got more numbers in the box than they can block, and it makes it really hard to run there. So you got to make them pay on the outside. And they're going to have to take a shot here sometime soon. And maybe maybe not part of the field you want to do it on.
Woodward able to bounce it outside. That's where the space is. Woodward gets the first down. I'm just surprised at the, I don't want to say unwillingness by head coach Whiteley of Fort Gibson, but get those playmakers on the edge. Instead of handing it up the middle, that's where Hilldale has all the defenders. Try and get Woodworth. They've tried a few times on the option play or something like that, but run him in motion before the snap to try and get him out there. Try and do something different to attack the edge instead of just running into the teeth of the Hilldale defense every single time. They're going to give it to Woodworth. He bounced it like a basketball off of the turf, picks it right back up. How oftentimes do you see a ball bounce off the turf and just come right back to you?
Not very often, but it's a fortunate bounce for them on that play to keep this drive going. That would be a devastating turnover if they'd lost it right there.
They did go backwards, though. Lost the yard, 2nd and 11. Mahaney going to pass screen. Too hard and too high. Pass incomplete. Intended for Cade Waggle. Mahaney trying to get that ball out of there. He felt the pressure coming from the backside. A little too hard for his intended target. Third down and long, and Fort Gibson's got to go to the air here. Over the middle, Maurice Ford had it in his hands and dropped it.
That was close to a catch and a fumble. Really good play to strip him there by, looked like number 33.
That's where
Dylan Walker.
Looked like he may have been a penalty or something. Our white hat came out and signaled they were declining. That's where the weakness has been in the Hilldale. Ooh, that was close to being a
I think that was a catch and a fumble.
I mean, but good job of defense either way by Dylan Walker. Walker came out bearing the Hilldale flag on his senior night. Hilldale comes after the punt and blocks it. He goes out of bounds, and man, all of the momentum now is wearing black.
The general with a block.
Jaden McWilliams. Huge plays. He's going to come right off of the edge, unblocked.
Yep. Right up the middle, leg gap.
Just not very well blocked. It's not necessarily Fort Gibson's fault. Hilldale was going for the all-out blitz. You got to see that, though. They're sending more than Fort Gibson could cover. DeRossa with an opportunity to put this game on ice. They're going to give it running right side and plenty of room. Darren Hayes to the end zone. Touchdown, Fort Gibson. And this one has been blown open. A back and forth affair for 3 quarters has turned into a blowout here in the 4th. And I think the Rock might just be changing sidelines this year.
Got an injury on the field. Looks like a Hilldale player.
(38-20) is the score.
Lineman. Dang.
And he comes off on his own power. That's good to see. Kobe East, number 57. Coming out of the game, just see on the screen, Darren Hayes. I wonder if Hayes may not have been able to play the first half because of some kind of team disciplinary issue or something. Because the way that they've worked him in the second half, I just have a hard time believing that they wouldn't have given him the ball in the first half.
Well, they definitely have gone to some different formations, more of a 2-back, 1 tight end, or what we call 21 personnel. And, so they found something in the running game that they liked. Maybe it's the alignment of Fort Gibson blocking the edge a little better because the tight end gives you 1 extra hat on the line to block, and then you got a lead blocker. So that I think it's as much of that. They saw something they liked versus Fort Gibson's scheme. And then I think you got their most explosive player and probably who's been the most impressive tonight is Brayson Lawson, and he's playing both ways, and he's playing special teams both ways, and give him a few rests and here and there, and he's more valuable to them probably in the second half with a 39-20 lead than he is running the football when you got somebody that's more than serviceable with days.
39-20, 19-point game. Fort Gibson on a 3-game losing streak, and it looks like they might turn this into 4. Trending the wrong way is they ran into a buzzsaw in their schedule. They lost 3 straight to Sallisaw, Broken Bow, and Podo before coming over here to Hilldale, just across the river. This one kicked along the ground is going to be fielded at the 20-yard line. I believe that was Toby West. He picked it up, gets to the 40. Good field position for Fort Gibson. 8:46 to go. Comeback's not impossible, but it definitely is improbable. This may be a good opportunity for Greg Whiteley and the Fort Gibson Tigers to try out some things that they may need in the playoffs next week. In case you did not realize, everybody this year makes the playoffs in the Oklahoma high school football.
We have seen a few teams opt out.
Yes.
For injury reasons, and just a lot of teams have been affected greatly. Both these teams have been affected greatly. You got multiple starters on both sides out. You got the state's leading rusher out tonight in this ball game, and I tell you, hats off to all coaches around the state for how they've managed this. It's a tough thing to manage when you're managing personnel and sickness. And my hometown, Cleveland Tigers, they had the head coach and 3/4 of their coaching staff get sick over the weekend and had to forfeit their last game, and they're going to choose not to play in the playoffs because of the devastation it's affected their team with. So we really wondered when we started the season, would we get here? When we did the preseason broadcast show, in mid-August, we wondered, would we get here? And we've gotten to week 10, and that's really hats off to the administration of all the schools, OSSAA, and the officials. I mean, we think about officials. I mean, that's a big part of the ball game,
right?
As we've seen tonight.
Especially tonight.
And
that pass is complete for a first down. Hunter Branch picks up the first down and moves the chain.
Yeah, and so I think that it's pretty cool to be able to be sitting here week 10 in a rivalry game, two great crowds out supporting their programs and coaching staffs that have managed to get their teams to this point and have managed chaos and had great seasons. I mean, 6-4 for Fort Gibson in the district they're in. 6-0 start with what they've been. They're playing in the toughest district in 4A, in my opinion. And hats off to both these schools and really everybody that's been a part of high school football this year.
It has not been easy to get an entire football squad to play. If you want any idea, just look at the highest level of football. The NFL has had that postponement. Cancellation, move games back. It trickles all the way down to here at the high school level.
I think you might see him take a shot right here. I kind of like the top. You got the slant.
The pass is intercepted. Great hands. The pass just picked off.
Number 43 with an incredible play, dropping from the linebacker.
Ryland Nail with a huge interception.
You got a big paw up there.
Yeah, that is not an easy pick. The slant was open. The Nail just jumps up in the air and is able to haul that one in. And then a nice little stiff arm to finish the run as well. Good job by Ryland Nail. He's a junior, 6'3", 213 pounds, and he looks the part. Just reading the eyes of the quarterback and able to haul that one in. This game, well out of reach now for Fort Gibson. Barossett in the gun. He's going to give it running right side. Tackled at the 32. That's Darren Hayes. Running at the 33, 37. This is a game that's seen it all. We've had two safeties, a few turnovers by Hilldale, which is going to result in them having to push the 2x4 200 yards. That's a thing that David Blevins and the Hilldale Hornets do. If you commit a turnover, there's a piece of wood. He said it's laying around here somewhere. I don't see it right now. It's a 2x4. They put it on the goal line. You have to push it all the way to the other goal line, and then you got to push it back. It's a little old school conditioning there. Hayes. Straight ahead for a few.
Yeah, there's going to be a few of those guys pushing boards come Monday, and old school reinforcement of discipline.
Now, Poto is the class of 4A right now. They were last year, and they're looking to be the class of 4A this year.
And Wagner.
And Wagner, you're exactly right. But Hilldale, I mean, you heard David Blevins. He was upset at the turnovers, which, whether or not those were forced by Poto or whether they were unforced. That's their only loss on the year. They look like a team that, when they play well, when they have everything rolling, when they're not making those turnovers, that they can compete with about anybody in 4A.
Well, the stout defense, they're very similar. I don't think they're quite as good up front as Wagner, who we saw week 3, I think. But they're very stout. They've got a great line. Again, probably all around not as good as what we saw with Wagner, but definitely could hold their own with them and really put a lot of pressure on you offensively with their defense. Throw the ball well. I think Throssett's a really good combo quarterback, runs the ball effectively. He's not going to beat you with his speed, but he's very selective in how he runs and very patient and got a good arm. They got good receivers on the outside. It's unfortunate we haven't seen Virgil tonight because I'd like to see how much more dynamic he makes their offense. But they certainly got playmakers abound, and really like the Lawson kid, really good player both ways for him. Pretty good kicking game. They've got a lot of things going for them. It'll be an interesting playoffs. And, and this year it's kind of like what we saw in the NBA. You see a 4 seed in the NBA make the finals from the Eastern Conference, and you're going to see some guys with the way they're doing the playoffs this year advance, or you're going to see some guys not advance because of COVID. And so, again, how you manage that is going to be as big a part of it as anything in the postseason. And I think the extra game that some teams are going to have to face by letting everyone in the playoffs will be really interesting to see how coaches manage that as well.
Keeper, nothing doing that time for the quarterback, Cole Mahaney. Mahaney, just a sophomore. He shows promise for the Fort Gibson Tigers. Not a lot. They were right there in this game. I just don't necessarily know the dynamics of the Hilldale offense, but it looked like they're missing. I don't know if they're missing a playmaker or just the ability to get the ball to the outside. I feel like they're missing in today's game. And he pump fakes once. Now he's going to throw and nobody open. Clock stops. 3:29. Counting. Not counting. That ball was incomplete. Revisiting your keys, Curtis, Fort Gibson, they finally broke. Their defense, the key to their defense was bend and don't break it. It took 3 quarters against the more talented Hilldale offense. They finally broke. Mahaney gonna throw, tosses it up in the air, has got a man. They're kind of not running on the play. It was Cade Waggle. He just didn't see the ball. Pass goes incomplete. Drive stalls on after 4 downs, so they'll be able to take back 03. I'm surprised that you don't see the backup quarterback trot out here for Hilldale. They're also going back in. We saw Kanan David earlier do an interception. He's going to be one of those guys that's going to have to push the board to 200 yards.
Basically, wish coach didn't call a pass play there. What do you think that is? 100 yards in that he starts thinking that, or is when the burn really starts coming back?
Oh, I'm saying, once he gets that big H in the middle of the field the first time, he's got to go, I got to go all the way down and come back.
Yeah, I think I'd just give up. If the Bravado team asked us to push a board, I think I'd just say, you can have it.
Well, Chris, Mike, everybody else back in the truck, we're real dedicated up here in the booth. Just letting y'all know.
We will draw a line in the sand, though.
Drawing lines in the sand and the turf. Oh, hey, David is in the game. He's just going to hand this one off, though.
Good run there.
Running back with the carry is Chris Wilson, sophomore. Forget to mention sometimes this is senior night for Hilldale. They didn't have any festivities beforehand because, well, Curtis, a lot of teams did senior night one of the first few games that they had because they didn't know if we would make it to this point in the season.
I think from week 2 to week 6 we had a senior night.
I saw more senior nights this year than homecomings, which is saying something. Snap wide, David gets it. Hands off, running right side is Wilson. Let me tell you though, as Wilson picks up the first down, I know a good homecoming when I've seen one. My high school football team that I didn't play for, but I went to most of their games. They were not very good, so we saw a lot of homecomings. So I know what the festivities look like, and I know the good ones from the bad ones, Curtis.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know, lots of pomp and circumstance happens.
Well, we've seen some good blow-up
The run-throughs?
run-throughs this season as well. I think undoubtedly our favorite's the one from Shakota.
Man, that was something. Well, then Shakota, they had a bonfire after one of the games. David in the gun gives to Wilson again. This time Wilson's dropped behind the line of scrimmage. You talk about like some good old-fashioned fun after the game. They're going to light up the bonfire. And this is no small bonfire. They had pillars of wood stacked high. I made sure to get out of there beforehand. I didn't want to be a witness in case anything burned down. I'm not going to be a victim of arson. Just also think back at some of the rivalries that we have. We got the Battle of the Rock, but we also got to call the McIntosh County War this year, which was a fun one. David letting this play clock wind all the way down before he snaps it. This one low. Hands to Wilson. Wilson bottled up in the backfield. Some good rivalries, some really good games. We haven't really had a blowout all season long, Curtis. You're on the Bravado Wireless Game of the Weekend. We get to travel all over Eastern Oklahoma, see a lot of good games. It's been a really good season, especially for one that we didn't know if we would actually have. Any football this year would have been a good season.
Yeah, it's been a lot of fun. I've enjoyed working with you and the Bravado team, and look forward to the playoffs coming up in the next few weeks, and excited to see where we'll get to travel and who we'll get to see play. I know we're going to see some good football, and we've seen a lot of good football this year. We've seen a lot of great players and really good programs, so it's been a lot of fun.
Yeah, it has been a lot of fun, and that should do it here from Hilldale. Game clock underneath the play clock, so Hilldale does not have to snap the ball again, and it doesn't look like they will. Your final score will be 39-20 from senior night here in Hilldale as the Hornets beat their rival and will take back the Rock. They can't go over there and get it, per se, because COVID.
I wonder how they're going to do this. This will be interesting to see. I think the athletic director from Fort Gibson had it. He's bringing it out and over to the Hilldale squad here.
Hilldale running to go get the Rock. Pulled out of the Arkansas River. It separates these two schools, and Hilldale will get to celebrate that. That's going to stay in Hilldale for 364 days. Well, it was a good game all around. Johnny DeRossi, really the calming factor that the Hilldale Hornets needed with the running backs that had gone all the way through, and Hilldale able to overcome 3 turnovers to win this game and bring back the Rock to the west side of the river. On the other side, if you are the Fort Gibson Tigers, they've had a lot of things to build on and to go forward with as they enter the playoffs. They're going to be able to go through the playoffs. In a normal year, they wouldn't. They would not be able to make it in the standings. But this year, they will be able to make it, go to the playoffs if they so choose, if they don't opt out. And there's some things to build on, but they will be a tough out for whoever they have to face.
Yeah, they play very good defense. Got a good running game. They were a little short-handed on the offensive line tonight. Let's not forget to mention that. And they forced a lot of turnovers tonight. They forced a lot of turnovers last year in this ball game. And so you give yourself extra possessions, give yourself a chance to get a couple of guys healthy, and hey, they can make a run because they played a lot of people really well this year. And 10th ranked team in the state of Oklahoma at 6-4. So let's not forget that.
Right.
Hilldale, number 6 in Class 4A. They're going to be a formidable out. They've got a lot of ingredients that you look for in a state championship run. A lot of good teams in the state. I have not personally seen Poto. We have seen Wagner. And this will be a really good ball club here, giving them a chance to prepare, and they can run the football with Virgil. They get him back. they're going to be a tough out for sure.
You talk about a tough out in Fort Gibson. Hilldale is one of those that you can count as the top 4 contender really in 4A, as well as they've played all year. And like you said, it's once they get Virgil back. Well, that'll do it for our regular season coverage here on the Bravado Wireless Game of the Week. I want to let you know that we are planning on doing some football, but everything, just like this is 2020, so just a reminder that everything is kind of fluid, so we don't necessarily know where we're going. But we will announce on Monday where we will be at, so make sure to follow us on social media at Bravado Wireless, and you can figure out where we are going, who we will be broadcasting, and so that way that you can figure out where the Bravado Wireless, it could be coming to your hometown. You never know.
Yeah, we're excited to be with you guys next week wherever we're going to be, and hopefully we'll be in a warm facility, unlike right now with the windows open, but we'll be excited to be there and watch some playoff football.
I was chilling in short sleeves earlier, but right now, Curtis, I think the wind is blowing. It's gotten a little chilly. Well, of course it is November, right?
Yeah, it's a good night for November football, though. Really great night for us, great night for the Hilldale Hornets, and retaining the Rock. Got some seniors out taking pictures on the field with the Rock and celebrating their last victory in this great rivalry.
Indeed. And as you see, I'm Seth Campbell. That is Curtis Branch. And we want to thank you for joining us all throughout the season. And we've gotten to travel all over eastern Oklahoma, do a lot of fantastic games. As I mentioned to Curtis earlier, there haven't been a whole lot of games that we've done that have been really bad games. So shout out to you for watching. Shout out to our great camera crew and our guys back in the booth and make all of this happen. They arrive here early at every single one of our locations. They put in all the hard work to bring you this game. So shout out to those guys. But we're not quite done yet. We're going to be going somewhere, so we'll let you know. And this is the time of the year. Did you see those guys celebrating the Rock on the screen? This is the time of the year that your record returns to 0-0. It doesn't matter what you have done. You have to win this upcoming game in the playoffs.
Absolutely, and you got to stay healthy. And every great playoff run is affected by the health of a team, and we're dealing with something new this year, a pandemic, and so we'll see how that affects teams in the playoffs, and hopefully it won't affect anybody in a negative way, and they can just play it out good on good. But you're going to have some luck. You're going to have to stay healthy to go win it.
Well, for Curtis Branch and our entire Bravado Wireless crew, I am Seth Campbell saying thank you for joining us. We will see you back here next week. But until then, we're signing off.
Right now, more than ever, we're choosing to take the back roads and stay off of the beaten path. We're doing all that we can to avoid the crowds and the hustle of the city. While we know that taking the road less traveled isn't for everyone, it's where we feel most at home. Every turn down this road could be challenging, and much like you, we know the harder the challenge, the greater the reward. That's why each and every day, Bravado Wireless is growing our network further down the county roads and down the roads less traveled. We're making sure wherever your road may lead, you're always connected. We are Bravado Wireless, Oklahoma's own wireless provider.
What's it feel like to make the bold move to Bravado this holiday season? It feels like this, and this, and definitely this. Most of all, it feels like home. And this season, Bravado has deals to keep us connected with the ones who matter most. Like a free smartphone with 2 months free service when you bundle unlimited home internet and unlimited talk, text, and data. Go bold. Go Bravado. For details on all of our holiday deals, visit bravadowireless.com.